Yeah. Yes. Welcome in. Welcome back to another episode of Format Podcast live Sunday morning edition. And as you can see, if you're live with us or if you're watching the replay, we got a new face here joining us today. And hopefully she'll be back for some more episodes. We have the host of the Sideline Speaks podcast, Brittany Monique. What's up, Brittany? How you doing?
Wow, this is the first time I ever heard somebody use my whole name.
It's right there on the screen.
It is. That's my social media. It is.
Gotcha.
It just sounds weird when it's not my mother, you know.
Okay, so it's Brittany. Gotcha.
Right, and I'm not in trouble. Brittany Monique. No, I'm doing well. Thank you for having me, guys.
Of course. No doubt. Sneed, what's going on, man? Sneed got what you need.
What up? It's good to be here. Glad to be here with Brittany Monique and Bruce Hope.
No doubt. Government's out here. Government's. What's going on, y'all? Obviously, another great Sunday, beautiful weather out here. Hopefully it is where all you guys are as well. We're going to talk some football, and we are going to talk some NBA because we're getting close. I think Media Week starts this week for the NBA, and training camps are right behind that. So at the end of October, the NBA season will begin. So we're going to go ahead, give a shout out to the channel members real quick. Then we'll do a spiel and we'll get it going, y'all. So first, of course, shout out to number one channel member, Be Ready Sports Podcast. What's going on, Coach T? How are you? Thank you for being here. I know you're feeling sad this morning because we can't all wear this, but some of us got to wear that whack Trojan gear. But anyway, we're not even going to go there. But what's up, Coach T? Make sure y'all go and shout out the Be Ready Sports Podcast. Make sure you like and subscribe to that because he's doing a great job highlighting the young athletes that hopefully one day we will be talking about on this show right here. It's not that serious. What's good? It's not that serious. How you doing, my brother? Thank you for the support. Appreciate you. Baltimore Bruce, what's good? Baltimore Bruce, what's good, dummy? What up, stupid? How you doing, man? Of course, we're going to talk about your Ravens in the first topic, our Ravens, I should say, and it should be very interesting. So always appreciate the love from you. And finally, Chief Sid Bubba. Good morning, Chief Sid Bubba. Shout out to you. Shout out to you for everything you've done. Shout out to the boys from Annapolis. And boy, I know you sad this morning too. And I got one word for you. Go Irish. Yes, that's one word. Yeah, you already know what it is, Chief. It's about to be bad for you. But before we get into what you got, Brittany.
Are you a Notre Dame fan?
The biggest.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. Look at the top. It's on my sleeve up there in the logo. Oh yeah, die hard.
Oh, that's okay. All right. I'm Ohio State over here, so.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah.
You got the Sneed seal of approval.
Blame Eddie George for me. So that's when I was Ohio
Respect.
State fan. So had to join.
Respect. No doubt. All right, we could go ahead, hit the little spiel, then we're going to come back, get the quick hits, and we're going to get it rolling, y'all. If you're watching here on YouTube, make sure you go ahead, click that subscribe, that like, that notification bell. Make sure you're kept up to date whenever we drop new content on the channel. If you want the audio-only version of the podcast, open up your audio podcast platform, hit the search bar, type in The Format Podcast. We should come right up. If you're enjoying the content, make sure you give us a like, leave us a 5-star review, and drop a comment. All that stuff helps us rise in the algorithm, helps us find more sports fans, helps more sports fans find us. Make sure you write it down, put it in your phone, make a note of it. The Format Podcast is live Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. Eastern. And finally, if you're really and truly enjoying the content we're delivering you, make sure you hit that join button. There's going to be exclusive content here just for you. Just for you.
Yeah.
You.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Y'all know what time it is. All right, let's get to these quick hits, man. And let's start with our guest. We're going to start everything with our guest today. So, Brittany, what you got on your first quick hit?
I don't know if because I'm an Eagles fan or just a football fan in general, but the crying is getting on my nerves, and that's about the tush push. Look, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I kind of hope they get rid of the daggone tush push because so many people are crying. But last year was injury. Now it's the false start. If you slow up the camera real slow, you can see it. Every play has a foul, guys. But the crying has to stop. It's football. What are we talking about? It's football. Line up and go.
Mm-hmm. They're mad because they can't stop it. That's all it is. Not only can they not stop it, they also can't execute it when they try to do it. So they're just mad, and they think it, I guess, takes away from competitive. I don't know.
It's incredible. The whole mentality of NFL and football is this tough lineup, head to head, toe to toe. It's this show and prove. It's meritocracy. It's all these things. But this play, no, this play is a problem. Out of everything that's ever happened in the NFL, this is the biggest thing. Not deflated footballs. It's the tush push. I don't know when this is going to stop, but I guess until somebody actually stops the play.
And here's my final thought on that. It's interesting that the teams who voted to ban it are still trying to run it. I thought it was an injury issue. So what are we doing? The Bills.
Hey.
Prime example is the Bills. And it's a few other teams in there. I thought it was an injury issue.
Great point. That's a great point. I ain't even. Wow. Yeah. What are you going to do?
The way it always goes, doesn't it? Anytime something isn't to someone's favor, you go for the first thing, right? Make the first that ain't working, so you reach for something else, you know. And then maybe the time of the day or the day of the week might change it, so you reach for something else. Like it's just reaching.
Right. No doubt. All right, cool. That's good on the first one. By the way, y'all, I didn't even give a shout out to our co-host, the Transformer. He's on the mend from his injury, just got his knee taken care of. So, Transformer, man, we love you. We appreciate you. We miss you. Get well soon so you can get back here and we can go back to bumping heads on these sports topics, man. All right. Next up, Sneed, go ahead with your quick hit, and then I will drop mine.
Yeah, man. My quick hit, James Franklin, head football coach of the Penn State Nittany Lions. Yesterday, I think, was it a double overtime loss to Oregon? Okay.
Yep.
So this loss puts him in a really precarious situation. His record against ranked opponents and in big games is very, very weak.
Abysmal, you say?
Yeah, it's like 4-21 or something. It's something outrageous, like fireable offense at most big schools. You know, he's not coaching Indiana. Nope. He's not coaching Iowa State. You know, like a regular school like Penn State is, you know, it's one of the biggest football programs across the country.
Blue blood.
So, I mean, would you guys say top 15, top 10 in terms of prestige, history? It's very rich.
Oh, yeah.
And Beaver Stadium yesterday was rocking. It was a great game. Like, so for a fan who's on the outside looking in, I wanted Penn State to actually win because my Buckeyes got to play them. So I want them to be as strong as possible, so we can crush and bury their dreams. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so,
I feel the same way about USC, but go ahead.
Yeah, his record is really weak, and he's got a good team. Yeah, and he's had good players, and he's been in these games.
Yes,
but he's losing a lot. So if I'm looking at this objectively, like, what am I doing with this guy when I think about a legacy, when I think about his performance, when I think about next season? Because this is going to come down to in the offseason, what are we doing with James Franklin?
They keep extending the dude, and then there's buyouts, man. He's going to be there as long as they will, you know, especially with the 12-team playoff now, as long as they can keep making playoffs and be viable, they're not going to fire him. I'm sure it'll get to a point, kind of like how it was with Mark Richt at Georgia year after year. He had them guys top 5, top 10, a lot of talent going to the league, great recruiting, just couldn't get over the hump. It takes a lot before somebody is actually able to get over that hump. And if we're honest, Notre Dame too, right? You know, so.
But is the standard really national championship then?
Not at Penn State. I don't think so.
So then that's
it is, but I don't believe it.
Then that's an admission. So I'm recruiting tons of talent. They've got great offensive line play, defensive line play. They're almost as talented as the top teams in the country when it comes to recruiting.
Right.
So they're like right there. I don't know what they're missing, but I'm just looking at his record, which is the only thing that matters when you evaluate a coach. Can't win with players.
In my opinion, it's time for James Franklin to go. Let's be honest. There's a certain level of there's a standard in Penn State. When you look at their history, or throughout their history, there was a certain standard that was set, and he's supposed to come in. I mean, he's been there since 2014, I believe. So you've been there for over 10 years, and you still have, and you're 4-21 against the top tier teams. That's not good. That's just not good in college football. You know, college football is all about performance. Especially, you know, you want to get your players to the next level, but you know that money goes through the football programs a lot of times.
Yes,
He's not doing what he needs to do as the head coach. So it's time to move on. It's time to move on, in my opinion.
I agree. I don't think they're gonna do it. I don't think they're gonna do it.
I think the question becomes is who replaces him. Do you
that's always the question.
You know,
that's always the question. Yeah, because they're in a talent-rich area: Pennsylvania, Ohio, Maryland, DC, Virginia, New Jersey. There is a lot of talent around them. And of course,
and people want to go play there, Bruce. It's not the trouble.
Yeah. Well, I know it's harder to get a lot of the guys out of the South to go up north, you know, weather and all that stuff. But especially now that NIL is a thing, that's a lot less of an issue. But yeah, I agree with both of y'all. Like, James Franklin needs to be looked at, but also like Drew Aller is just horribly overrated. That's a whole nother thing. I could do a whole topic on that. And
now, did James Franklin have a better option and he chose Drew Aller?
Well, he recruited him and he's had him there for 4 years. Like, he didn't see like, okay, we got to get somebody better in here in that time. So that's what you got to look at. But we're going to dig into this further on the Tuesday night episode with my main man, Ryan Langford, former FBS, NFL, and Canadian Football League wide receiver, kick return specialist. So stay tuned for that. We'll definitely get back to it because these are great topics. But moving right on to the next quick hit. This is for my main man, Chief Sid Bubba, who, for whatever reason, I can't seem to find him. He normally comes in on Sunday morning and he shows love and he shouts me out and shouts us out in the show and all that. But he's very quiet this morning. But I think I know why. Because Chief Sid Bubba is from Arkansas. And there was a certain team that happened to go down to SEC country at Arkansas yesterday and put an absolute, what's Shannon Sharp called? A butt cutting. An absolute butt cutting on the Razorbacks. What do they say down there? Woo, pig suey. I think that's what they say, right?
I think so.
You know what we say? We say go Irish. That's what we say. And the Notre Dame Fighting Irish went down there and beat up, bodied, destroyed, dominated, eviscerated, and annihilated the Arkansas Razorbacks from the mighty, mighty SEC in their house. In the first time we'd ever played them, 56-13. Domination. It was ugly what we did to them. 6 first half possessions, 6 touchdowns, 42 points in the first half. CJ Carr ties the Notre Dame freshman record with 4 touchdown passes, 340 plus passing yards. Fantastic day. And the much maligned Notre Dame Fighting Irish defense held one of the best offenses in the country to 13 points. I'm gonna leave it right there. Leave it right there.
On a scale of 1 to 10.
Yes.
And 10 being phenomenal, right?
Okay.
How do you quantify this win for
8.
Notre Dame? An 8?
Yeah. It was the type of win that Notre Dame needed. Obviously, last year they had the elite defense. This year that has not been the case at all. The defense has let them down on multiple occasions. However, it appears maybe it's starting to round into form on that side of the ball. And as I was telling you before we hit the button here and got started, I've been watching Notre Dame since 93. This is arguably the most explosive offense that I have seen from this team in that time. So, I wanted to give shout outs to the Irish on that.
Only a little bit of hyperbole throughout that little soliloquy.
Just a little bit?
Just a little bit.
We did dominate.
You don't want to talk about the first month. You want to talk about this game.
Well, yes. But I am honest. The defense, like I said, the defense let them down. The offense has really been there most of the way.
They've been scoring points
against an outstanding.
Are they averaging like 35 a game now? 40?
No, more than 40. Yeah, about 42, I think.
Yeah, I was going to say with a 55 or 56.
56.
Plus all the other games, I think they're around 30.
40 against A&M and 24 against Miami. So
yeah. So they're average way up.
So you guys are 2-2. You think you're going to make one of the? Or you think you're going to make it in one of the playoff spots?
Yeah. because the schedule now they opened up tough. The schedule is going to get a little easier down the stretch. As long as they beat USC, which they will, that's going to be fine.
Brittany, this is the wrong dude to ask about that.
No. Hey, you know me. I'm honest about them too, though. I'm going to be.
I feel like the college football landscape's better when they're involved.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm with you, but like they're going to have to win out. They're going to have dominant wins.
Well, we know that they're
got to go their way.
We saw it happen. We know that they're capable. And then the other thing I'll say, this is the side note. Remember, this is still a committee picking. So there's like the human factors coming in. It's not just what your record is like in the NFL. And the other thing is the committee knows that Notre Dame is arguably the most polarizing team nationally in college football. People hate them. People love them. The people that hate them watch them to see them lose. The people that love them obviously watch to see. Every time you see these games, they always have outstanding viewership numbers.
They do.
Yeah. Every time they go to an away game, that's usually the away game's highest ticket selling game of the year. Like,
I mean, what program is going to do that outside of Notre Dame? There's just a couple that are like that.
That's right. Notre Dame, Ohio State, maybe Alabama. Like, it's a very short list. So, yeah. So that's that. All right. And final quick hit, because I could do that all day too, and we'll talk about that again Tuesday night. Final quick hit, y'all. This one was crazy. YouTuber Christopher London. Did you hear about this, Need?
No.
He said Amen Thompson would dominate Michael Jordan if he played in the 80s and 90s.
Dominate him in what? Does he play checkers or chess or something? Is there something I don't know about? They make paper planes and they see how far they could throw them.
Well, you know Michael Jordan. You know Michael Jordan anyway. So if it was checkers or chess, he'd find a way to win that too.
Eventually, he would find a way to break through. Right.
Yes, correct. Right. So I
have to cheat, but he'd get there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I just figured I'd throw that out there.
I don't know if people really understand how much Michael Jordan studied the game and studied each individual that he knew he had to go against. Like, he knew your strengths and your weakness, and whatever weakness you had, he would take advantage of that. Like, he studied each person. He even studies the game to this day. Like, he could sit and watch a game. I remember when he was talking about LeBron, he said, make LeBron go left. Every time LeBron goes right, he goes to the rim. When he goes left, he pulls up for the jumper. And sure enough, that I watched the next game and watch it. Every time he went left, he pulled up or passed it. Every time he went right, he drove right to the basket. Like, he studies you so hard. So even put aside the talent, the what he did on the court is what he did off the court.
Yeah.
That a lot of these players are not doing even to this day.
You're right.
The thing about Amen Thompson, like, this is a conversation about Amen Thompson. So Brittany, you're valid. Everything you said is true, but that's a little bit more advanced. You're looking at like what Jordan was. Let's just talk about Amen Thompson for like 15 seconds. Amen Thompson has a very limited offensive game. He's an excellent elite defender. Like, I can only think of a couple guys as good. I don't even know if they're better than him, but I can only think of a couple guys that are in the conversation. He's an elite defender, but elite defenders never stopped MJ.
Right.
So how all of a sudden Amen Thompson's going to do it? I think not. But it just goes to show you, like, and we've talked about the generations of fans.
You know what this is?
They're completely disconnected from watching, studying film on players. Like, it's so easy to pull up a 1988 Chicago Bulls game and just study MJ's game. And you could see what he brought to the table offensively and what he did defensively.
Right.
They don't want to do that. They just want to say things like Amen Thompson would trash Michael Jordan. Like, Amen Thompson's a nice player, but like, he's offensively like below average. He doesn't have a jump shot. Guys with great jump shots had nothing for MJ. Guys with signature moves had nothing for MJ. Bro, do you know that Clyde Drexler is like one of the best NBA basketball players ever?
Yes.
Couldn't do anything while MJ was in the league.
Yeah.
He's an afterthought. Most people don't even know who he is. And he was
crazy,
a great player because
Absolutely.
he was in the league with MJ. But Amen Thompson's going to.
There's a lot of dudes like that.
Dominique, bro. Dominique would dominate this league.
Dominate.
But he didn't in his time because of MJ. But Amin Thompson, it's sad, bro. The disrespect is bad.
It is. But
I'm not trying to disrespect Amin Thompson. He's one of my favorite players. I just know what I see.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. No, but I'll just say this. We know what it is, Sneed. We know what it is. And I say it all the time. It's this generation going to their go-to. Disrespect others to lift yourself up. That's unfortunately what this is, you know?
And they don't have any technical reasons for what they say.
Of course not.
Like there's no tangible basketball intelligence analysis. It's just, he better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like I study film. You've seen some of my videos on my YouTube channel.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I break down film. I like play by play how players move in certain situations. Like we analyze game outcomes.
Yep.
And like that's just sad, bro.
It is. All right. Let's go ahead. Awesome quick hits, guys. Appreciate it. Let's go ahead and we will get to the main topics. Okay. Got a huge game today. Baltimore Ravens and Kansas City Chiefs facing off in Kansas City. This should have been the 8:00 primetime game, but of course they gave it to the Cowboys. Go figure. Oh. Anyway, I know, right? But no, Brittany, let's start with you. We got two amazing quarterbacks clearly headed for Canton. Obviously, one is a multiple-time champion. The other is a multiple-time MVP trying to get to the championship level. Who needs this game more, the Ravens or the Chiefs? And conversely, who needs it more? Well, I guess it's obvious Patrick Mahomes doesn't need it as bad as Lamar does. But let's go with the teams. Who needs it more, the Ravens or the Chiefs?
For me, I'm going to be honest with you guys. You know, the Chiefs are hurt. They're missing a lot of their playmakers, I guess you could say. Yeah. But in my opinion, I think the Ravens need it more. They need it more from a perspective of, I know that when I go up against a big time team, I can get it done. They have not proven that to me yet. They lost to the Buffalo Bills in the first game, and then they lost to what was the team? Was it the Pack? Detroit. Thank you. They just lost to the Detroit Lions. So I need to know that Lamar Jackson and this football team can get it done against big time teams. They have not shown me that thus so far this year. And quite frankly, although they tend to do well in the regular season, they haven't shown me in the playoffs neither. So when it comes down to a big time situation, I need you to go make a play to win this game. Go do it. Can you do it? We know Patrick Mahomes can do it. We know the Chiefs can do it. They have shown us time and time again that they can do it. Mm-hmm. It's now time for Lamar Jackson and I say Lamar Jackson because he's the leader of this Ravens team, and this Baltimore Ravens team to show up and show out. They haven't shown me anything yet. I don't care about regular season MVPs. That's exciting. That's cool. That's fun.
Exactly.
But now we got to take that next step. Taking 7 unnecessary sacks where you could just throw the ball away or you got wheels, run, be mobile. And I understand it was how they was playing them in the last game, but at least throw that football away. Make better decisions when it's crunch time. And I just haven't seen it.
Fair enough. Sneed, where are you with this, man?
The Ravens need this win more. The Ravens are in a division. I mean, it's Cleveland, who has no offense, fierce defense, but no offense. The Bengals just lost their star quarterback. They're in purgatory, essentially, for the year. The Steelers have resorted to a 41-year-old quarterback, I think. So, like, you don't know what you're going to get. Like, and their defense isn't good right now. So it's like, how could you be in the doldrums of your division? Like, they have the same record as the Browns, right? And the Browns imploded offensively against them, but defensively they were in that game. Like, there's context to the season for the Ravens.
Yeah.
And the Ravens have Derrick Henry, who we just spent the first, I don't know, month of August gushing over his ability to crack the top 10 all time in rushing.
Mm-hmm.
And how he's a man who's defying time at the position. Yeah. Lamar's in his prime. Zay Flowers is fantastic. You have tight ends. You have positions that are skill positions that are completely just. I don't know if you want to say elite, but very good. And it's all there. And a coach who has expectations, and players who have. So I'm looking at this like, I know what's going on with the Chiefs, Andy Reid, Pat Mahomes, but they're missing guys. Who are the Ravens missing to point and say, well, this is going to get turned around once they get healthy? They don't have that excuse. I'm looking at the Chiefs like they're missing key parts of their offense. So them not being able to score effectively, kind of understand it. And like, you lost the opening week to the Bills the way you lost. You lost to the Lions. Games that you could have won, should have won, maybe. I don't know how you look at it, but the expectation is just different. So like, if the Chiefs get off to a slow start, historically they've been able to come back. The Ravens should not be getting off to a slow start based on this, just the sheer amount of talent on the defense for it to be bad. There's disconnects with the Ravens. Some stuff just not makes sense.
Great analysis, Neat, and you too, Brittany. I was hoping that someone would, say the Chiefs just for the reasons of, us having more of a discourse. But unfortunately here, I agree wholeheartedly with you guys that the Ravens needed more. One, obviously they have to, like you said, they're in a division where they got to make sure they take control of that, even though it's not a division game, right? It's a conference game. But they still have to get into a position where they can start winning these games, stacking these wins to get to the playoff. Teams that start 1-3 in the NFL on average make the playoffs about 14% of the time. This team is too talented to start this way. The defense is giving up a lot. They are like, what do you think about when you think about the Baltimore Ravens? I know Lamar is the face of the Ravens and has been for quite some time now, but historically, when we think about the Ravens, we think about defense, right? Yeah. Dominating defense, physicality,
scoring on defense.
Right. All of those things. The Baltimore Ravens are 32nd in total defense.
How many teams, Bruce?
32. The Baltimore Ravens are 31st in pass defense.
How many teams, Bruce?
32. The Baltimore Ravens are 30th in run defense.
AFC North?
That's not how you get it done.
How much money is on that front, that defensive front?
Trying to tell you, yeah,
See, this is what I'm saying, Bruce. If you were talent deprived, you had depletion from injury,
right?
You'd say these are things they have to work through and deal with in time, but like that's not there.
No, I'm with you, and I think the other problem is from a psychological and mental standpoint. Baltimore needs this game, like Brittany said, to know that they actually can beat this team, whether it's going to their house and beat them, or whether it's in Baltimore, if it should turn out that way down the road. But there's always like some little thing. I think Lamar Jackson is now like 1-5 in his career against Pat Mahomes, which is crazy because I think since coming into the league and becoming a starter, Lamar Jackson has like a 74% win percentage, right? Which is super hard to do, as we know in the NFL. This guy wins games, but it's like pretty much everyone else in the AFC. There's that Mahomes in Kansas City thing. So you have to show it and know it before you can do it, if you know what I'm saying. Like, you got to get this regular season win to know, okay, we know what it takes. We know we can go in there if we have to and beat these guys in the playoffs, right? But it starts here. It starts today. Like, they need it bad, man. They need it bad. Meanwhile, on the flip side, KC knows, okay, even if we lose this game, we start 1-3. Obviously, you never want to lose the game. And the AFC West is actually a really tough division this year, flowing hair and with the Chargers and obviously Denver.
I don't know if Brittany knows about the flowing hair situation.
we refer to Trevor Lawrence and what's my guy's name? Justin Herbert as flowing hair, right? Because, neither of these guys have done too much in the league in terms of postseason success when it counts most, but, they get all this hype because of their wonderful flowing locks. So we call
I'm telling you, got that Pert Plus commercials.
Right. Hey, somebody needs to send an email and keep a copy so they don't steal your creative property. But hey, send an email to their PR department and say, hey, we got something for you. Here you go.
Got some ideas.
Yeah, cut me in if you make this commercial.
Right.
Right. But no, just It's a psychological piece. You have to do it and believe it and know, okay, now we know we can beat these guys, right? That's how Joe Burrow did it. And then he went into Arrowhead.
Bruce, is this a question of gravity? Which team feels the gravity more?
Well, I suppose you can rope that into who needs it more. I mean, I would say clearly that Baltimore's got to feel the gravity more, right? Because they're still trying to win. They're trying to do it within Lamar's window and within the team's window, because it's rare that you see a team be this good.
Let's just talk about this season, though.
Okay.
Who did they lose to?
They lost to two of the best teams, right? They lost to Detroit and they lost to Buffalo.
So we can't beat good teams.
So
who are we?
I didn't even think about it that way.
Mediocre.
Mm-hmm.
See?
Mediocre.
Too much talent to be mediocre, though, right, Brittany? Too much talent to have that word attached to you.
It's way too much talent, but when you put it the way Sneed just put it, I did say your name right, correct. I'm sorry. When you put it the way he just put it, you're mediocre. You blow out the lesser tier teams, the not great teams. But every time you go against some of the great teams in the NFL, you lose. So you're mediocre. You're stuck in the middle.
What if the Browns could score 25 points a game?
With that defense?
What would have happened against the Ravens?
They would have beat them.
You would have beat them.
Yeah. No, you're right. I didn't even think about it the way you're presenting it now. They have not beat any of the good teams that they have played on it. That's
because we can analyze this from the surface, but I was starting to get the vibe that you guys were going into the psychological piece.
Mm-hmm.
I was.
So these are the conversations the best players on the Ravens are having internally with themselves.
Mm-hmm.
What is our identity?
Right.
Who are we?
Mm-hmm.
Where is our signature moment? Where are our wins? We don't have consecutive wins on the season. We beat the Browns only, who are offensively dysfunctional, and they've got a 40-plus-year-old quarterback fresh off the couch eating Doritos.
Crazy.
Chugging Kool-Aid, playing Foursquare with his kids, bro, in the driveway.
Right. No question.
Who don't know who their quarterback is. They got Dylan Gabriel, who can't get in. They got Shador, who can't get in. Jerry Jeudy's a nice player. He's a 2. Njoku has not made an impact yet this year. The ball can't go 20 yards down the field. Who are we if that's the only team we could win against?
Yeah, that's... I didn't even think about it that way.
So what happens when they play the Colts or the Eagles? Because they lost to the Bills. Because they lost to the Lions.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly what I told Bruce. Shout out to Baltimore, Bruce. This is not disrespect at all, my bro. I knew Amon-Ra St. Brown and J-Mo were gonna put pressure onto that defense.
Right.
Because the Bills have regular guys at wide receiver.
Yeah.
Those guys are weapons.
Yeah.
Those guys are blowing the lid off on defenses. They're cutting up and they're going across any part of the field. Exactly what I thought was going to happen was going to be the problem. And the Ravens didn't have answers.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
I was going to say, when do we start looking at Harbaugh and saying, you cannot get over the hump? It may be time for us to potentially look in another direction if this year doesn't go the way that, quite frankly, they really needed to go. And to be honest,
you weren't here when we had this conversation, but maybe you can chime in on this now.
Mm-hmm.
Is he on the hot seat at the end of the season, or could we see implosion mid-season?
For me, to be honest, it might be how it goes after this game, right? Because to me, they need to win this game. Look, I understand how Harbaugh, overall great coach, has won, has a Super Bowl under his belt, has been with the Ravens for a number, many years, right?
17, 18, yeah.
17, 18 years. But like you said, we have had outside of that, one Super Bowl, I believe he has. Mm-hmm. After that, it's years of falling short or mediocrity.
Mm-hmm.
With talent.
With talent.
Tons of talent.
And you're supposed to be, a defensive-minded type of head coach, if I can recall. Like, your defense is supposed to be,
right?
Right. It seems like it went the other way, which is fine. You have to score points.
Right.
So in my opinion, defense, you got to get stops in order to win the championship, right? In order to get to the Super Bowl.
For sure.
I just think at this point, if you don't beat the Chiefs, who all their playmakers are hurt. I don't know if Xavier Worthy is going to be back this game. We know Rashid Rice is gone. They're depending on Thornton, right? And don't get me wrong, he's a speedster, but he's not this all-world wide receiver of the talent. If you don't win this game and you're just about completely healthy on both sides of the football, they may be missing one defensive lineman in this game. That's showing me it's time to move on from you. And that might be a hard decision for ownership to do.
I don't think it will be.
And our goal is to win the Super Bowl. At least get to the Super Bowl. You haven't even gotten to the Super Bowl, right? So it's time to move on. If you lose this game, you got to move on. If you win this game, to me, that extends you to the end of the year. But let's see what you do by the end of the season. If not, you got to get rid of John Harbaugh and bring in a fresh voice for these players because it's not working. In my opinion, it's just not working.
Maybe the way they play today matters a little bit too.
Yeah.
Kind of like how the Buffalo game ended. Like you were dominating. You were marching up the field getting points on demand. And then all of a sudden it stopped in the second half.
Just give the game away.
You don't want to be a first half team.
Nope.
That's bad. To be known as a first half team.
Yeah.
So
yeah, no, I agree. So the thing I'll say about this, Brittany, I agree with you 100%. However, the organization that the Ravens are, I don't think they're the type to fire a coach mid-season unless it just fell so far off the rails, right?
But you said this decision would be easy. They like him.
Well, here's the deal, though. What we're forgetting, Steve Bisciotti's on record saying that Harbaugh would have got fired, back before Lamar took off, right? They were really considering firing him. And that's why, if you look at it, Harbaugh will, he'll do anything for Lamar. He'll stand in front of an oncoming train or a bullet or whatever because he knows Lamar saved his job and made him a heck of a lot more money over the last, 7-8 seasons. He was going to be out there, and he knows that. Lamar comes in and brings the Lamar magic, which is just like nothing we've ever seen before, pretty much, and that saved his job. But that only lasts you but so long. And you're right, Brittany, I think they do need a new voice because as much as I'd like to see it, I think it would be, I don't want to say a miracle, but it would be a big surprise if the Ravens won the championship this year. And short of that, you got to go another way. The only question is, much like we talked about with James Franklin, what's the option? Which way do you turn if you get rid of a championship coach?
But it does seem like guys come up from college and get jobs in the league. They've got new ideas. They've got this fresh energy, and they always reach and they always look for that new thing,
Yeah, but do you want to hand that machine that is the talent-laden Ravens roster to some unproven college coach?
They do it all the time in the league. I mean, are you saying that the Ravens wouldn't?
I wouldn't. That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't. But let's go ahead. Let's open up the phone lines, y'all. Great commentary on this. Definitely would like to hear what you guys think out there.
To call, man.
I know, right? I'm pretty sure he will. 904-219-8264. Number is 904-219-8264. Give us a shout. Give us your thoughts on the Ravens and who needs this more. And, of course, depending on how this game goes, should Harbaugh be fired, et cetera, et cetera. Let's try to keep it quick, though. Remember, we're getting up to the clock on a football Sunday.
I look at it also like the Chiefs, Bruce.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. They've been skating under the radar. Baltimore's catching strays and Mahomes is just kind of they're not off to a good start, but players are missing. Mm-hmm. Travis Kelce is, chicken cutlets. It's over. All this stuff, it's just different. It's a different.
He's definitely thinking about the chicken cutlets. That's definitely what's on his mind.
Shout out to Travis Kelce. He's from Cleveland Heights, bro. So he's from my neck of the woods.
Yeah. I think you're right. I don't think the Chiefs can, get away with what they're doing as well. Like you said, they're skating on thin ice as well.
Yeah.
And what's that next move that you're going to make to ensure that your team can continue that standard that you set for so many years? And Travis Kelce is a big factor in that. You lose him, that's Mahomes' go-to guy. That's his space right there. It's going to be a lot of Tyreek Hill. It wasn't Tyreek, it was Travis Kelce. So let's see what happens there.
No doubt, no doubt. We got the official Ravens ambassador from the city of B-more, Baltimore. Bruce, what's good, my G?
What's going on with y'all, stupid?
What's good? What's good?
What up, Brucey?
Hey, ain't nothing, man. Hey, man. Oh, hey, Bruce, hey, before I start, right?
Yes, sir.
Roll Tide.
I don't want to hear nothing about that. Go Irish,
baby.
man. Keep going. Keep going.
Nah. So what's the subject? Who need to win? Who need to win? Who need to win more?
Yeah, who needs it more?
Truthfully, I say Kansas City because they're in a tougher division. After this game, we got a kind of like a soft schedule.
Okay.
I truly believe we're going to lose today. Lose today close, and we're going to run off about 6 in a row after this game. Okay. But I truly believe Kansas City needed more because of the AFC West. It's a little bit more sturdy this year. Mm-hmm. It ain't as weak as it was the past years. I think the Chargers are going to win the West. They just Harbaugh got the boys playing.
Yes, he does.
And yes, what a young lady say, I think it's like we all say, I think this Harbaugh's time is up. Time to go. This is last year for sure. Especially if we lose bad in the playoffs. You know, how you say it?
Unceremoniously.
Yes. Yes, if you like, sure, at least get to the AFC Championship game. Now, they may bomb some more time. Now, if you get knocked off early, or a bad showing, but you always, like I said, I like Brian. I want Brian Flores as our coach. I'm sorry, or Rex Ryan.
That's what I was going to. Rex Ryan. That's the one. I agree with you. I like that.
Yes, I like Rex Ryan. And man, hey man, it was a glorious Sunday, man. So Kansas City, man, you know, they're gonna get it today. They're gonna get it today. That's when we're gonna go all. You know what I mean? We're gonna win. We're gonna win the AFC North by default. Even though Pittsburgh is looking good right now. 14-3, and they driving, so Pittsburgh they go 3-1.
I did forget that was on. Damn.
Yes, and truthfully, we just need voice of Baltimore, man. Just need some new leadership. It seems like we losing the locker room a little tiny bit, and I understand all the way because you know Harbaugh chops some blocks. You know what he did at the win the Super Bowl? That go Ed Reed, Tyler. He did a whole purge because guys was bucking them in the locker room. We had real men back then, you know. So. And it seemed like the Ravens were a little bit immature. It seemed like, I don't know, man, like how Hamilton said this week, talking about the Ravens fans was spoiled and all this stuff. Like, yeah, we spoiled.
So let me ask you this real quick, Bruce, before I let you go. One question for you. Do you think on a psychological level the Ravens need this game just to know that they can beat the Chiefs?
Oh, yes, most definitely we need the game, but that don't mean that we're going to win.
No, I hear you, man.
Just remember we was on 2 last year and we made it happen. So
that's true.
Hey, man, I hit y'all back, yeah?
Hey, I appreciate the call, brother. Thank you.
Lucy.
All right, bro.
No doubt. All right, let's go ahead and great call from Bruce as always. You know you're going to get the raw when it comes to the Raiders from Bruce. Well, let's go ahead and let's kick it to the next topic, y'all. So, actually, hold on. Steve, king of the chat.
Steve.
King of the chat. What's going on, man?
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Morning.
Good morning. What up, Steve?
What up, brother?
Hey, brother. Thanks for having me on the other night, man. That was a good little prattle we had.
Yeah, it was good to have you on the show, man. Thanks for tuning in and, joining us.
Sure, for sure. First off, Bruce, you look good, brother. Go Irish.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Go Irish.
I'm gonna feel better this way, bro.
Yeah.
I hate you guys. Stop asking in that victory. Stop it.
We needed it,
hey,
man.
Y'all had a good win yesterday on the road.
Yeah, that was a good win.
That was
Things were looking a little hairy in the first half, man.
A little bit.
Well, you got a young guy on the road. I don't want to make this about college. You got a young guy on the road. He's going to feel things out, but the second half really showed. Like, y'all really.
You got this guy named Jeremiah Smith who's kind of good at football. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's decent. But anyway, I missed a little bit of context. Is Baltimore playing Kansas City? Is that the conversation?
Yeah. Who needs it more?
Win worse? Okay, so in the context of them playing each other, I would say I don't know. It's early in the season. I know they're both, 1-2?
Yes.
Okay. So it's like they're, from a standing standpoint, they're kind of in a stalemate. I would say this is beyond the regular season.
Yeah.
This is something that ego's a big part of this when I'm talking in this. I would say Baltimore needs it more. They could use a good win. They could use a little bit of a mental uplift where it's like, hey, we beat these guys in the regular season. We know Kansas City will end up in the playoffs. It's just what's going to happen. We know Baltimore will end up in the playoffs. So in the context of, while you're in the playoffs, who's it going to benefit more having that mental advantage where Baltimore really needs that we beat a contender. We can beat a team in the playoffs. We've proven it in the regular season. I think from a mental standpoint, it would benefit Baltimore. To quote unquote, who needs it more?
Mm-hmm.
I'd say it would go in the favor of Baltimore needing it more because it'd go well for them in the playoffs where it's like, hey, if we face Kansas City, we've done this. We beat them. We've proven it. Now let's do it when it matters most. I would say Baltimore needs it more. Although both of them are going to end up in the playoffs. Both of them are 1-2, but they're going to be fine. They're going to be fine. As long as Derrick Henry stops fumbling the ball, Baltimore's going to be fine. As long as Travis Kelce stops dropping balls in the middle of the field and giving interceptions away, Kansas City's going to be fine as well. But yeah, I'm looking at this as more of a playoff context where it's going to help Baltimore's mental self-esteem later in the season when they do perhaps come up against a Kansas City or a Buffalo. We saw them lost to Buffalo on some wild nonsense. So it's that's probably in their head. It's let's beat one of these playoff teams we've traditionally struggled with so that later down the road we feel better about this. But those are my thoughts on the topic.
No doubt. I appreciate you, Steve. We're going to go ahead and move on, man. Thanks for the call, brother.
I'm calling later for the Houston chat.
No doubt.
I got a hot take.
Can't wait to hear it.
All right, bro.
All right, man.
Y'all stay blessed.
Salute.
All right, guys, we're going to take it to the next topic. Real quick, when Steve said Travis Kelce, he thinks he's not focused, just occurred to me, man, he's not getting enough protein in his chicken cutlets. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Moving right along. The NFL recently.
This is how you stay monetized, bro. This is what you do. You got to use the code, bro.
Correct. You can't say things directly. Flowing hair, chicken cutlets. All right, guys. The NFL recently announced its nominees for the 2026 Hall of Fame class. There's some names in there, but overall, it seems like a weaker class to me. I don't know if you guys looked it up. Obviously, we know quarterback is a glamour position. So here's the names. There's 10 quarterbacks up for nomination. Drew Brees. I'm pretty sure he'll get in. Randall Cunningham, Jake Delhomme, Rich Gannon, Jeff Garcia. How is Jeff Garcia on the Hall of Fame ballot? Somebody tell me. That's terrible. That's egregious.
Back up.
I mean, he started for
a
couple of good teams, but
he was good, but backup good.
Hall of Fame.
This is not the NBA. This is not the Basketball Hall of Fame. This is
right. This is the Football Hall of Fame, right? Yeah, that's insane.
I mean, guys waiting decades, and they were really, really, really good.
Right. Mm-hmm. Eli Manning, I think he'll probably get in this time. Donovan McNabb, Steve McNair, Phillip Rivers, Alex Smith. How is Alex Smith on the Hall of Fame ballot? I like Alex Smith.
He was a good player. He was a good player, bro. Yeah.
How was he even nominated? Come on. I don't want to be disrespectful here, but how was?
Yo, you remember that lady last year in the Summer Olympics last summer?
I know who you're talking about, the breakdancing lady.
This feels like maybe some of that situation going on. So remember with the bunny rabbit dancing, bro?
The kangaroo thing. That's just supposed to be.
They need
who does Alex Smith know, bro?
They just need to throw in some people.
Yeah, I think so. So I would say Drew Brees and probably Eli Manning would probably be the ones. Maybe
at least Drew Brees was prolific. He's got the championship. Right. He was, incredible numbers of that era.
Sure,
right?
Sure.
Maybe it's the era.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
Yeah. Well, let me run through these, and then we'll get Brittany's thoughts because I know she's got to run. She's going to leave us for man down, but they had her first. So what are we going to do?
I'll be back, though. I'll be back. I'm having fun. So
Definitely. We're going to have you back. We look forward to it. Running back, Sean Alexander, Mike Allstott. That's another one. Mike Allstott, really? You're in good hands with Allstott? Come on, man. Tiki Barber, Larry Centers, Jamal Charles, Corey Dillon, Warwick Dunn, Arian Foster, Eddie George. That should be automatic.
Yeah.
Frank Gore, Priest Holmes, Steven Jackson, Chris Johnson, Thomas Jones, Jamal Lewis, Marshawn Lynch, LaShawn McCoy, Eric Metcalf, Lorenzo Neal, Fred Taylor, Ricky
Eric
Walker.
Metcalf?
Come on, man.
Bro, I'm a Browns lifer.
Right.
I mean, he was a nice returner.
Yeah.
He was a decent player.
Right.
What?
I am a Baltimore guy, but seeing Jamal Lewis on that list, like, that's crazy to me.
Jamal Lewis was really good.
Not Hall of Fame good. He was Hall of really good. You're right. Not Hall of Fame.
What was his name from Pittsburgh? Jerome Bettis.
Yeah.
Like same.
No.
Even.
No, Bus way better. Way better.
Way better. Okay, so because of the longevity and
for sure. Brittany, do you find any of these names kind of egregious to you?
We already mentioned a couple. Jeff Garcia, look, I loved him. I think he played for Eagles for a little bit.
I didn't love him, but go on.
His time with the Eagles was pretty good for us. When Donovan wasn't in, he came in, but I don't put him in the rankings of the Drew Breeses and even the Steve McNairs, the Randall Cunningham, and it's fortunate, as I have to say it, because he has 2 Super Bowl, the Eli Mannings or the Phillip Rivers. I don't put him up with those types of quarterbacks, so I don't think he should be here. Same thing with Alex Smith for me. When I'm just looking at the quarterback, let's see, the running backs for me, most of them from who I know are fine for me, except for I'm not exactly sure who Eric Metcalf is, guys. I'm be honest with you.
See, that's a problem. We're having this conversation.
Right. If I don't know, that might be an issue.
And she seems like she's really into with the league, bro. So I'm like, what?
Right. Yeah. So I'm hoping my guy, and I told you the reason why I became an Ohio State fan, but he's been a nominee for like the past, I don't know ever many years.
That's a good point.
I hope he finally gets in. I think he deserves to get in. I think a lot of people look crazy at too much of stats, but we've seen what he did for the Tennessee, the Oilers back then, Titans now.
Yeah.
We understand what he did for that team. I don't think they get anywhere as far if they didn't have Eddie George. So some of these guys, yes, but those 3 are big question marks for me. Especially the one I don't even know who the heck he is. I got to go do some research.
Right. Shady McCoy,
bro, Shady,
really good. Bro. I don't know about Hall of Fame.
Hold up. We're not going to do this, Bruce. We are not going to do this to Shady, bro. No, not on this show, sir. No.
Shady
I know Shady was a problem. I don't know if he was Hall of Fame though. Like that's
really, bro. There's guys in the Hall of Fame that don't have what he produced, nor were the explosive talent. He was a game changer, bro.
He was. I don't.
Yeah, okay.
And they should have got further, but other reasons, coaches prevent that. But no, Shady was a monster. I'm not surprised that he's in this at all. So especially during that era, and it could be more of an error situation. But how many other running backs during that era was doing what McCoy was doing during his time? It wasn't too many.
Okay,
talk to me, Bruce. Talk to me, Doug.
I'm trying to run through these before Brittany
go ahead.
We may end up doing like another topic on this. We'll revisit it Wednesday night. Wide receivers: Anquan Bolden, Donald Driver, Larry Fitzgerald. That's easy, right?
Yeah.
Torrey Holt, Chad Johnson, Brandon Lloyd, Brandon Marshall, Derek Mason, Herman Moore, Muhsin Muhammad, Jordy Nelson, Jimmy Smith, Rod Smith, Steve Smith Sr., Hines Ward, Reggie Wayne, Wes Welker, Roddy White. This is where it gets tough. I think Reggie Wayne should be in there. I think Steve Smith Sr. should be in there. Larry Fitzgerald, crazy stat, has more tackles in his career than dropped passes. Yeah. Right. So when the quarterback threw a pick, he tackled the guy. He has more tackles in 18 years than dropped passes.
Oh, you should get that. That should be an automatic bid.
Automatic, right?
That's on a t-shirt, bro, when he gets inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Right?
That's crazy.
Yes. Glue hands. Right.
Never missed a day of work. Always there.
I believe Notre Dame is recruiting his son, but that's a different thing.
Oh, he'll be a G.
That would be awesome.
Be a G.
Yeah. So I definitely think Anquan Bolden might be an argument for him. He was really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, thanks to him, the Ravens have that title in 2013. Without him, they do not get it, you know.
Facts.
So, all right, there we go. There we go. Transformer. All right, we're going to do that. We are going to break this down on Wednesday.
And Jamal Charles, bro, was so good.
There we go. He is committed to Notre Dame. Thank you, King of the Chat. Yep. Larry Fitzgerald's son is committed to the Irish. Very good.
Damn.
No better place to be. Reggie Wayne. Steve Smith Sr. Like those.
Steve Smith Sr. Crazy good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Crazy good.
And let's just jump to the defensive line real quick, and I promise I'll let you go, Brittany.
Quick question.
Yes, of course.
How y'all just look? Maybe it's just me, but Torrey Holt did his thing when he was with the Rams. Like,
yeah, my bad.
We cannot mention Torrey Holt.
No, you're right.
We're talking about like a half a decade dominating.
Dominance, yeah.
That's a lot in the NFL to dominate for a half a decade.
Yeah. Think about it. That's why they were the greatest show on turf. Him, Ike Bruce, like that was a crazy freaking receiver core. Great call. Yeah. And finally, let's just talk defensive linemen real quick, and then again we'll turn this into a deeper topic. But John Abraham, Geno Atkins, Elvis Dumerville, Leroy Glover, Robert Mathis, Haloti Ngata, Jay Ratcliffe, Simeon Rice, Justin Smith, Ted Washington, Vince Wilfork, Kevin Williams. There's some names on there that might be legit. John Abraham, I think, is like right there. Haloti Ngata, I think he's one that deserves serious consideration.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of what we got to break down here, sorry, interrupt you, is like how many Pro Bowls and All Pros guys have, because those are generally like measuring sticks for Hall of Fame. Go ahead, Brittany.
Yeah, I think we got to give some credit to Vince Wilfork. I can never say his name. Wilfork. Yeah. Some credit. He dominated. He helped that defense big time.
Mm-hmm.
But that position, the nose tackle, is about consuming the other team's offensive line.
Yes.
So that other guys are making the finishing play.
Mm-hmm.
So that one a little bit maybe misunderstood by the casual fan. They might not kind of get that.
Yeah. But I mean, also sometimes, you know, you get that dominant 3 technique or whatever, especially if you can get one that can rush the passer too, like an Aaron Donald or a Warren Sapp, that makes him even more dangerous. But yeah, Vince Wilfork was definitely a guy. You had to double team him, and to your point, he was consuming the opposite O-line. All right, what we're going to do, we're going to take a quick break here. Brittany, I'm going to let you roll. I know you got to get over to Man Down Sports.
Yeah, I got to get
really
on.
Appreciate you. Real quick, tell the people where they can find you, and we'll definitely have you back.
Well, you guys can find me a couple places. Of course, The Sideline Speaks. That's my podcast on YouTube. Please check me out.
We'll put the link in the description.
Oh, I appreciate it, guys. I appreciate it. And also, I'm on Instagram at Brittany Monique. It's right there on the screen. If you don't know how to spell Brittany, no Y, just an E. And if you want to hit me up, I'm always willing to accept topics, or if you want to go back and forth with me on something, reach out.
No doubt. Well, listen, thank you so much for popping in today. No, you got to go. Go ahead, head on over there, and we will talk about when you'll be back on the show.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to it. See you guys.
Take care.
Appreciate it. See you later.
Yo, her images from her YouTube channel with the basketball, the football, those are good photos, man.
Right. Yeah.
I gotta do something I gotta get some nice photos on mine.
And too bad you're not out here, man. I do photography too, man.
Oh, bro, I gotta get out to Florida. Yeah.
No doubt. But let's go ahead and let's take a couple calls on this. You guys can go ahead, give us a shout on what you think about some of these NFL Hall of Fame nominees for the 2026 class. I think it's like 128 names total. So obviously we didn't have time to go through all that, but we will on Wednesday, as per the Transformer, really dig into that topic and break it down. So
Steve's crazy.
Yes, you do, Steve. Shout out to you, King of the Chat. Thank you, sir.
Steve was on shackles, bro.
Yes, he was. Steve, he knows how to behave. But listen, y'all, go ahead, give us a call. Tell us. I don't know if you're on your computers or on your phone or whatever, but see if you can. What you think about some of these names,
bro? Some of those names are great players.
Some of those names are also egregious. Coach T, what's good, man?
That's the problem when you got those two. What up, Coach T?
How are you?
What up, Bruce? What up, Sneed? Sneed got what you need.
Coach T.
Appreciate you filling in on my show this last week.
No problem.
Appreciate Bruce for the assist as well.
No doubt, brother.
Giving out
I'm
time.
gonna get one bone to pick with you, Bruce.
Here we
since
go.
I'm not gonna be there on Tuesday.
Okay.
Man, I know we rivals, man. Quit taking these shots at my Trojans, man.
Yo.
Notre Dame.
Hey, man, I
He
would
take
expect
it-
nothing
he take
less,
shots.
man.
Man, he takes shots at the Trojans every chance he gets.
Oh, yeah, it's what we do.
Man,
Listen, I would expect nothing less. It's how it goes.
man, that's what haters do, man. What you hating on USC?
Because I hate them.
It's hate.
Notre
Hate.
I hate Notre Dame too, but they don't live rent free in my head
It's
every
not
day.
about living rent free. It's about the rivalry.
And I know, but then you ain't got to talk about it every day.
Out.
Well, I really brought it up because, y'all got beat yesterday and messed around and might have ruined our shot at the playoffs. We needed y'all undefeated, so when we smack y'all in South Bend, it works better. But, that's a whole
Man, if
different
y'all,
thing.
miss me with that bullshit, Bruce.
Hey, I wanted
If
to.
y'all supposed, if y'all supposed to be, if y'all like that,
Mhm.
what we do would never matter.
That's not how that goes. That's not how it goes. Look,
Nah, bro,
even
you
King of
making
the Chat said
excuses,
it.
bro.
No, I'm not making excuses. I wanted
you
y'all
making
to win
excuses,
yesterday.
bro.
I
You
wanted
making
y'all to
excuses,
win.
bro.
What excuses am I making?
You making excuses, bro.
What excuses
like
am I
that,
making?
If y'all like that, it ain't gonna. What we do, that would never matter.
So clearly you don't understand how the rankings and the selection goes for college football playoff.
I clearly do, but I'm referring to what came out of your mouth.
Yeah, we wanted y'all to win, so when we beat y'all, we're beating a higher ranked team.
That proves that we live rent free in Notre Dame's head.
No, that proves that you would help us.
Why would we help y'all?
You would help us, but so you don't understand. Okay, so let's do this. Steve, you know what? Explain it to him in the chat. Hey, you got anything on this Hall of Fame topic though?
No, we trying to see that's what he do, Sneak.
Well, listen, we got to move
See,
on.
You gotta get
That's
some
what
kind of
he do.
direction.
We get Bruce in the boxing ring, and then he always pivot.
Come on, man. We got a show to run. You know how this goes, man. But
What are you talking about? I'm the one that sent that to you.
You did, right? And that's what motivated me for this topic.
And I was like, whoa, I was interested. I was like, this is crazy.
Yeah, and I appreciate you saying it to me. Yeah.
Like some of the names that were on there, like I don't have a list in front of me because I'm headed to my game at the moment.
Okay, got you.
You might have to refresh my memory. But I went through it. I do think Mike Oscar should go on there.
Really?
And yeah, man, he was a big part of Tampa's success. Him and Ward Dunn. Having the dominant defense actually did help.
Of course.
Right. And getting so, but I really do think he get, but not first, not now though. I think maybe later down the road.
Okay.
I think with Alex Smith, it's a sensitivity due to his gruesome injury. So I think it's one of those. But you gotta look. You look at the quarterbacks that's in the hall right now. We gotta ask this question: is his career equivalent to the guys that's already in the hall right now that played the same position as him?
Alex Smith?
And I think
no.
Compared to all the guys that's in the hall right now.
Well, not the guys who played in his era, no. Because obviously if you compare it to the 50s,
no, I'm not talking about his.
Yeah,
no, but in the hall, you got to compare it to the guys that's in there already, regardless of the era. Like, you're talking about the hall there, the end-all, be-all.
Yeah, the A-all, B-all, as Bron says. Did I do that? I'm sorry.
No, I made that Lamar LeBron comment to piss you off because you're taking shots at my Trojans.
Oh my goodness!
I was gonna tell you after the show.
Oh,
but
you're good, man. You're good.
But it was good watching your face cringe up when you read it.
Yeah. You caught that, huh?
Yeah, because I knew that was gonna happen. I was like, I knew. What's the one thing that I do to piss him off? Oh yeah, compare Lamar Jackson to LeBron James.
Right.
You know, I didn't believe that shit. I didn't want to piss you off. No, but you're talking about putting them in the hall. You got to compare them to the guys that are there, like the Steve Youngs, Terry Bradshaws, Peyton Mannings, all those guys. And Snead to agree, and get in the chat to agree. That's a hell no at all capital letters with unlimited explanation points.
But what if I just look at his contemporaries in that era? There were several guys much better than him. And some of those guys might not get in.
But see, you're proving the point right there even more, Snead. Like, he wasn't even in the top 10 in his era.
I got 1 year where he threw 26 TDs. That's his best year.
Mm-hmm.
You got guys throwing 26 TDs in the first half of the year in his era.
Yeah.
And
then in terms of like rating,
he went to his days in San Francisco, he was young, so he was thrown into the fire because he came in after Steve Young had to retire early. So he came in with thrown into the fire.
He played like 2, 4, 6, 8 seasons with Frisco.
Look, Jeff Garcia was good. Having T.O. sure helped a lot. Having Jerry Rice helped a lot.
But that's not a problem, Bruce. Like, when a player has guys to throw I'm not going to discount their production. When you had them, how good were you? No,
I'm not discounting it. I'm just saying because Jeff Garcia clearly is not a Hall of Fame caliber guy. I believe his production was inflated by having elite all-time weapons. That's what I'm saying. He wasn't a bum at all. He wasn't, but Hall of Fame, that's two different things.
No, I'm a San Francisco guy, and Jeff Garcia is not a Hall of Fame quarterback. No, he's not a Hall of Fame quarterback.
Right.
You gotta look at the overall big picture. When you're saying Hall of Fame, you gotta look, stats, number one, production on the field, number two, what you do in big games, number three, your production in the playoffs, 4, how did you? I'm just speaking on the quarterback position. How did you get your team over the hump when they needed to rely on you when the team is not playing its best? Like, the defense is falling off. When the defense is not playing well, it's on the quarterback's shoulders. Did you elevate your team in those moments? And then, of course, the accolades and Pro Bowls and all that stuff. Jeff Garcia doesn't have all that.
Right.
The hardest part is going to be the wide receivers.
Yeah, they got some good ones there, man.
Yeah, that list is stacked. For them having to pick
Torrey Holt, Reggie Wayne, Steve Smith Sr.
A lot of guys going to be waiting, man.
Larry Fitzgerald. Well, we know Larry Fitzgerald. He's gone. Like, there's no question
about
that.
He's gone first. Yeah.
Yeah.
That shouldn't even be a question.
Right.
Reggie Wayne should have been in there already. Torrey Holt. Yeah, he but I don't think with the names that's on that list, I don't think there's nobody that you on that list as far as the top 5, because they're only going to pick a certain amount to go on there. You're not going to put his name over those guys.
Correct.
Even as good as Torrey Holt was in that Rams offense, it was still a short amount of time that they were successful.
No doubt.
And then they had the stack. They had Isaac Bruce, who was way better.
Yeah.
You had Marshall Faulk in the backfield.
Right.
So they had a lot of weapons as well. So he was beating a lot of one-on-ones.
No doubt.
But I don't know. We'll have to see when they trim down the list and they trim it down. And I think we'll have a bigger. It'll be a better segment once they trim it down, and we'll see. Okay, these are going to be the finalists. Who deserves to go in now?
Correct.
So right now, it's too early.
No doubt. But I'm gonna let you go, man. We gotta keep it moving and get to these next 2 topics. But thanks for the call, man. I appreciate you.
Thanks, Coach T. Salute.
All right, I'm wearing your hat right now to the game, Bruce. So you better represent.
Appreciate. We gotta make some new ones since we updated the logo. So we're gonna do those, and I'm gonna make sure you guys get those as members of the channel.
Solid.
Yeah, make sure on mine you plaster Lakers everywhere.
Yeah, not doing that, man.
We doing custom.
You can take that. You can take the hat and get that custom done, but
Man, I'm the number one, man. You can make it purple and gold.
yeah, no,
Make sure Bruce ain't on there either.
right. I got to go if that's what you're doing. It could be you and
As
Transformer.
much shots as you may take in my Trojans, you deserve it. I deserve that solid to get a purple and gold hat.
Yeah, no, can't help you. But listen, man, I appreciate the call, brother. We're gonna go ahead and keep it moving.
All right, brother.
All right, fam. Good call from Coach T, man. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, and hype some videos on the Be Ready Sports podcast. All right, y'all. Let's go ahead and take it to the NBA because, as I mentioned, the NBA is getting started here pretty soon. So, oh boy, here we go.
I know what you're gonna do with this. I know what you're gonna do with this.
Really?
I do know what you're gonna do. I know what you're gonna do.
What?
You're gonna bask in your glory. You're gonna say, "Quote, I just let them talk, and the truth comes out." Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
There's no glory to be had. Well, there's some.
I mean, there's no. Well, we bask in the glory of being correct.
We do. We sure do. We sure do. All right, y'all. So listen.
Is it vindication? Is it confirmation?
It's both. So, all right. LeBron James, right? We talking NBA. Whose name invariably comes up in this era of the NBA? LeBron James, right? And let's be real here. LeBron James is one of the greatest NBA players of all time. Am I right on that, Sneeve?
You are 100% correct.
There we go. That is irrefutable, undeniable, right? Wherever you place him, top 10, top 5, top 2, GOAT, whatever you do, he is one of the greatest players of all time, all right? No matter how I feel about all the other stuff, I can't take away what he's been able to accomplish on the floor. That said, I've done my best to be objective while some don't agree, and to be the counterbalance of the
glaze.
Okay, yes, the glaze. I was trying to find the right word for it. I've tried to be the counterbalance of the glaze that we've heard from the mainstream sports and basketball media all these years when it comes to LeBron. And we hear so many things that they try to tell us. For instance, I was listening to a podcast this morning, and they played a segment from First Things First from Fox Sports 1 with Nick Wright, Chris Broussard, and them. Nick Wright had the nerve, the temerity, the unmitigated gall, shout out Stephen A., to actually say that there's an argument for LeBron James as greatest passer of all time. See, this is why we get irritated, because people say these things that are so absurd and so egregious to push a narrative. And we know
who would have been the greatest passer otherwise.
Well, I think there's no question that Magic Johnson is the greatest passer of all time.
So LeBron's a better passer than Magic?
Nick Wright says he believes there's an argument that LeBron is the greatest passer of all time. And realistically, for me, it's Magic. The second greatest passer of all time is John Stockton. The third greatest passer of all time, to me, is Jason Kidd. The next greatest passer of all time is Isaiah Thomas. And then you can start putting in whoever you want. But, I don't even understand how LeBron is how you could say something like that. But anyway, people have many different arguments for LeBron and his GOAT case and why they see him, where they see him, and how they see him, right? And there you go, Armand. Agreed. And that's fine that people feel how they feel. But let me get to it. One of the arguments that people give for LeBron's GOAT case is that he is an all-time great defender. That's what they tell us. They say LeBron can guard 1 through 5. Listen, y'all put a number 1 in the chat if you tell me you've ever heard people say LeBron can guard 1 through 5.
I've heard
I'm just curious. I've heard that a lot as well, right? Let's say that's true. It probably is. Does that mean he can guard 1 through 5 well? Or he can just guard 1 through 5, right? My argument has always... Wait, Edward, you've never... I forgot who you are and what you are. Okay. So... Here's the thing.
You are and what you are.
Right,
damn.
Right. Edward's my guy, but we know what it is. But no, we know that LeBron, Steve, chill, man. Mark Jackson was a great passer, Armand. Absolutely. He was a fantastic passer. But yeah, so we hear all these different things. And one of them is that LeBron James can guard the 1 through 5. And when we get to it, for this era, he could, right? Why? Because there's no more true power forwards and there's very few true bigs, right? Very few true centers, right? So I always like to say, like, okay, he can guard 1 through 5. That's a benefit of the era that he played in, which he can't help, by the way, right? He can't help when he was born, so that's what that is. But he can guard 1 through 5. Nobody said he can guard through 1 through 5 well. So before we move forward with the next part of it, Sneed, what are your thoughts on this narrative that LeBron can guard 1 through 5? I'm curious to know what you think about this.
From a basketball analysis standpoint, which I've produced videos on my YouTube channel.
You have, and I've
analyzing this particular matchup in the finals.
Mm-hmm.
There's no such thing in the NBA, maybe middle school, maybe high school. I don't even think in college. I'm sure not in the NBA.
Okay.
There is no such thing as guarding 1 to 5. A player, it's a blessing and a special talent if you can lock up your position. It's the hardest thing to do, to just lock up yours.
Which he can't do that. So.
Multiple positions is insanely difficult to do because it takes different skill sets, physics, and abilities to lock up different positions. For example, to defend point guards, prototypical point guards, you have to be really quick. Like your first step needs to be almost as fast as like your third step.
Yeah.
And
you don't really match up with that.
You need to be a fighter. You have to fight through screens from guys 5, 6, 7, 8 inches taller, 40, 50, 60 pounds heavier, wider displacement. They're attacking you.
They're lower than you. Low man wins in every sport.
This is casuals or the weird, like, I just call them the knee pad crew for LeBron that say these things. Nobody says these things if they actually know the game. It's said by people who pontificate and just say random things with no fundamental understanding of actual games. Like if these people were placed in a situation where they had to coach players or make calls as a coach, they would lose on just strategy. They wouldn't even lose because they had a better team, the other team. They would lose on strategy. They could lose to lesser teams. The knee pad crew, bro. There's no such thing as guarding 1 to 5. It is not a thing. Nobody did it. Nobody does it. Nobody will ever do it. It is hell to guard one position. This is why in the NBA, it's always this stuff. The crossing. They're trying to muck up the offense to make life hard on the defense.
Yes.
Because it just introduces chaos. They want chaos. This is... Go on, bro.
There you go, Kareem. That's the A-all, B-all. No doubt. But yeah, so this is the thing. We hear that, okay, you know, he guard everybody, okay. And it's funny because as I understand it, and I think I would probably agree, Miami LeBron was I think that was his absolute peak physical prime, right? Would you say that? I think so. That was probably when he was at his best, right? Physically. And so we still like we hear, okay, we hear, they love to say, he locked up MVP Derrick Rose. Did he really? Did he really? He guarded Derrick Rose for selected fourth quarter stretches. He didn't say, this is my assignment, I'm taking it for the game and shutting him down, right? We didn't see that. We've never seen that from LeBron. Like, that's insane. It's called switchability, learn basketball, this guy. Okay, all right. But let's do this. So the reason I brought this up is because we hear this all the time. And I guess recently I don't know how recent the actual commentary was, but D Wade was on something and he was talking. No, young disciple, he did not, but that's okay. D Wade was talking about LeBron in the NBA finals back in 2011. So this is funny because I always remember It was after one of the few good games LeBron had in that series. And Jason Terry, the Jet, was getting interviewed. And he said, yeah, LeBron played great. Now, before I give you what Jason Terry said, let's be real here. In all seriousness, is Jason Terry in the same stratosphere as a basketball player as LeBron James?
Not even close.
Okay, agreed. Jason Terry is not in the same stratosphere of basketball players as LeBron James. There's no question. But Jason Terry, while being interviewed post-game, said, yeah, LeBron was great. Let's see if he can guard me now. In what world does a role player, even a very good role player, say that about, Kobe, Mike, Bird, Zeke, Neek, Melo, any of these guys, right? So one, it goes back to what I always say. These guys don't respect LeBron the same way because you can tell by the stuff they say and the way they play and the things they do. They just don't. And that's whatever, okay? So next, Jason Terry says, yeah, he was great. Let's see if he can guard me now. And then we see Jason Terry go on to outscore, shoot a higher percentage, and contribute mightily to beating LeBron James and the Heatles in the NBA Finals. And LeBron could not deal with him. I'm like, we see him going past LeBron easily. And Jason Terry's quick, but he's not like a super quick point guard. He's getting shots off over him. He's moving, easily. Like, it doesn't even make sense. So I'm saying we saw a guy not only have the nerve face to cook up LeBron, but to tell him, a la Bird, that he was going to do it first, and LeBron could do nothing about it. But this is the guy who's supposed to be some all-world defender. I don't understand this. I love when he does that jet thing when he's running back down the court. I love that. That was pretty cool. But that's fine. But since I'm just a hater, right? I'm an old head hater, and I hate LeBron. And what's the other? Oh, yeah. I wake up every day looking for ways to take another black man down. We can't forget that one, right? And LeBron lives rent-free in my head. And I'm just jealous of LeBron. All of these things. Let's hear what LeBron's banana boat buddy, his brother, correct, had to say about LeBron trying to guard Jason Terry in the NBA Finals. Just curious.
Good Dallas Mavericks team. I don't remember the entire roster, but let's go with what I remember. Dirk and Tyson Chandler, great big who protected the paint, pick and roll, dunk on you. They did everything right. I said Brendan Haywood obviously is a backup. They had Sean Marion, good defender. They had the Jet who played lights out. JJ Barrera, Deshaun Stevenson. They had the perfect players around their star player, right? Dirk being their star player, and then all these other guys like Jason Terry probably could have, outside of Dirk, take Dirk away, Jason Terry probably could have been MVP.
I'll leave that there, but let's continue.
Of how amazing he played, and then we had Bron had to guard JT. Bron can guard almost anybody, but it's hard to guard that dude moving all around. He was coming off all kind of screens. He was moving. He was tearing us up, right?
So this is the guy that you're telling me is such an elite defender, and he couldn't deal with Jason Terry. I don't understand this. And by the way, if we're gonna say, oh, Bruce, you just cherry picking one series or whatever, okay, cool. But we also saw Paul George hand LeBron work in the playoffs. We saw Paul Pierce hand LeBron work in the playoffs. Matter of fact, recently Paul Pierce was on another show, and they were talking about the dagger that he hit in Bron's face when Bron was with Miami to win one of those playoff games, right? And they asked him about it, and he said, yo, I was trying to get the switch to get Bron on me. Now, you tell me LeBron is this all-world defender that some people are going to try to get me to believe he is. Why would Paul Pierce say, I was trying to get LeBron on me? Explain that. I'll wait, Sneak.
That's like a call-out.
That's what I thought it was.
Yeah, that's like a call-out, which is okay, but you got to rise to the occasion. Right? Like, that's what it boils down to. Like, if a player's going to call you out, you're the elite of the elite, superstar, your team needs you to win. In order to win, you have to rise to the occasion. You got to show out.
Right. So, I mean, I'm just looking at this stuff. We have seen this dude. That's why I say, like, when people talk about what a great defender he was, I'm like, I don't know, because when it came to matching up against guys with similar size and somewhat similar talent, right? Obviously, LeBron's talent is out of this world, so no question. That's why I say somewhat similar, right? Because if we're honest, as good as Paul Pierce was, like, again, should he really have been able to do what he consistently did to LeBron?
But I think that's why they line up. You know what I'm saying? Like every player has a belief in themselves, and they've worked really hard to put themselves in a position to beat the best players and then defend the best players. And yeah, I mean, that's the nature of the sport. That's the whole concept of competition. We line up, bro.
Yeah, it's I don't know, man. It's just like I say all this to say the whole LeBron super defender, defend opposite, that stuff is so overrated. It's so overrated. But it just again
there were certain things in certain years where LeBron had very elite defensive tendencies, certain aspects like help defense. He was 100% very elite. His anticipation was really good, like elite, like playing passing lanes. Like he had some really incredible traits. I would say that probably between like 2008 through the Miami years, there were some really incredible defensive tendencies that he had. But what you saw in situations like with Jason Terry in the finals, amongst other finals too, like there were like the finals in 07, there's other things we could highlight there. The Eastern Conference Finals in 08 against the Celtics. You can go to these series and you can look for certain things about LeBron's game that you could nitpick, but it's just a reminder that you cannot say umbrella, guarding one. That's not a thing, because we can go to series, we can go to seasons, and we could see where LeBron had the most success defensively, the type of players that he would be defensively elite against. And this it's just not accurate. The conversations about point guards, elite shooting guards, like it's physics.
I always
very big, heavy players.
Right.
It's physics.
Yeah.
The first step is going to lag. And the first step is just not going to have the same speed.
Right.
So a player of similar size, LeBron can shut that down because LeBron is stronger, as tall. Like that, LeBron can lock that down 100%. But like a center, a point guard, it's now a different dynamic. You've now gone into a different world. There's no locking up 5 positions. There's no, defending the elite players of their positions unless you've been defending that your whole life and working on that and working on those. It just doesn't work that way.
That's what I was about to say, because I was just about to bring up a guy like a Meta World Peace, and I'm like,
but what was Meta World Peace though? Meta World Peace was literally a bounty hunter defender.
Yeah, he was.
He there was nothing to it. Like if he gave you 8-10 points in a game, that was bonus. He was there to just stop the other team's best perimeter / like post shooting guard, small forward. That was his job. Like, and this is the conversation again is about roles, not positions. It really is about roles and not positions.
Yeah. No, you're on. It's it's also different. I guess just getting back to the whole thing. What do I always say? And you said it at the beginning of this segment. All I gotta do is sit back and wait. Right? So y'all know this about me, right? I'm a Guyanese American. My family comes from Guyana, South America, and we have a lot of sayings that we say. And one of the sayings that Guyanese people say is, "Mouth opens, story jumps out." Right? Basically mean just wait. People are eventually going to tell it. And I keep doing this on this show. I do it media members. I do it former opposition. I do it legends. I do it former team members. All you have to do is wait. These guys keep telling it. I'm not making this stuff up. That's the crazy part to me. That's why I do this how I do it, right? I don't just sit here and tell you, hey, I think such and such, right? What do? I go play the clip. What do? I go show you what it is. This is what I do. I don't make this stuff up. So for now, his banana boat buddy, his best friend, hey, LeBron couldn't deal with that guy. Gee, you don't say. I just watched it happen back then. But, the LeBron fans want to forget that it happened. But guess what? You can't forget that it happened. Why? Because it's on wax.
You know what I think is a problem here, Bruce?
Not the hater guy. Yeah.
What I think is the problem here is there's a contingency of fanatics that can't come to the concept, like the realization that their favorite player of all time, their boyfriend in their mind or whatever, they can't admit and reconcile that they're not perfect. This can be applied to any player. This could be applied to Michael Jordan. This could be applied to any player. They can't reconcile the fact that a player that they love and adore isn't perfect. That it's really hard. Etonics, bro. Etonics. Like they don't, and that's unfortunate because what that takes away is from the realization that sometimes they fail and sometimes they succeed.
No doubt.
And sometimes they overcome and sometimes they let down.
Yeah.
Like welcome to humans.
Yeah, facts.
And imperfections.
Yeah.
And and actually, if you think about it, when players overcome failure, it's the greatest glory.
That was Michael Jordan's whole thing, right? With the years of not getting there, and everyone saying, "Yo, he's not a winner. He doesn't make teammates better," like Magic and Bird.
I'll help out young disciple.
That guy.
I'll help out young disciple. Okay. I'm talking about you. What the F I'm talking about is you. For folks that can't objectively reconcile the fact that a player isn't perfect, I'm talking about you.
It's like I said, this is the reason why I do this the way I do, right? And it's all good. You can be a fan. Everybody knows, as a player, I love Hakeem's game, and he's my favorite player ever. Everybody knows that. I got the button, right? I press the button,
Hakeem, your dream.
I do that. He's my guy, and it's also funny. But I can also acknowledge, like, okay, he wasn't the greatest of all time, as much as I would like him to be, right? Nobody's perfect, but for whatever reason, you know what? I do know the reason. In all seriousness, right? If you're a LeBron fan, you've been inundated for more than for 2.5 decades now. 2 years before this guy came out of high school, you've been inundated with everything. You've been conditioned to believe that what your eyes show you is not what's really happening, right? This is what it really is. So it doesn't matter what anyone says. It doesn't matter what you see. You will only go with what they've been telling you. And that's the whole thing. That's why we, quote unquote, the people on my quote unquote side of the table tell you what we tell you. We're not making this stuff up. This stuff is all there.
Look, the truth is anybody who says LeBron can't defend is wrong. And the truth is that anybody who says that he could defend all 5 positions is wrong.
Right.
They're wrong. These are extremes that aren't real. LeBron, for a time, was an all-NBA defender. For several years, was an all-NBA defender. And he was elite during that time. It's 100%. You can watch it. You could see it. You can go back and watch the games. Anybody who says outside of that segment, they're not really accurate. To say he couldn't defend or he didn't defend or that he defended all 5, that's all hyperbole.
Right. Couldn't defend, can't defend, that's Jokic.
Chooses not to defend.
Okay, chooses not to defend. That's Jokic. Correct. Yeah, there we go. Watch, Edward about to get mad. He's about to get.
He's got games where he literally saved the game making blocks, but there's an Olay element we've been seeing. Yeah, we've seen.
Was that when he was young? Try to
like in the run in 23 when they won the championship, he was playing elite defense. Now we see games where it's just like layup.
I have seen many times Jokic literally just watch guys go to the rim and make layups, and he's in the paint. No effort whatsoever. Anyway, not the point.
Yeah.
But no, yeah. So I just think, I wanted to share this D Wade commentary with y'all. I wanted
his brother.
Not somebody who quote unquote hates him.
Doesn't have an agenda against him.
No agenda. Right. There you go. Yes, he is, Steve. Yes, he is.
Yo, hashtag knee pad crew, bro.
Let's go ahead and open up the phone lines, man. 904-219-8264. 904-219-8264. We'll take 2 calls on this, and then we'll go ahead, get to the final topic, and get you guys out of here so that you can enjoy your football Sunday. Here we go. We got my guy, the Transformer, the co-host of the Format Podcast.
The champ is here.
The champ is here.
What's going on?
The champ is here. Hey, man, first and most importantly, man, thank you guys for tuning in. Shout out to Bruce. Shout out to Sneed, man. You guys are holding it down for your boy. Loving the show so far. Brittany, I'm sorry I missed you. I'm sorry, Brittany Monique. We're giving the whole government name.
Right.
So shout out, Brittany, man. Hopefully I get to debate with you soon. For those who didn't know, I did have ACL and meniscus surgery this past week, and I'm currently still trying to recover and deal with that. Also, I think I'm also getting sick, as you can tell from the sound of my voice. But let's stay on topic. I just wanted to give that little snippet out there. Now, he who shall not be named.
Out of the bag, bro. Too late.
Right.
Oh, man. Oh, yeah. We said LeBron at least 80 times already. All right. So I think, me personally, I've never heard nobody say LeBron can shut down 1 through 5. I've never heard nobody say that. I've never heard nobody say he clamped 1 through 5. Throughout the time I've watched LeBron play, I've seen him capable of guarding 1 through 5 to an extent for periods of time, not throughout a game. And I think that's where the lines are getting crossed, to where people are saying, like, oh, he can guard 1 through 5, but like nobody's saying he's doing this all game. So, for example, San Antonio Spurs series, he had sessions where, spots where he guarded Tim Duncan. He's a 4, right? So that goes your 4. He had spots where he had to guard Tony Parker. That's a 1. Derrick Rose, that's another 1. For example, the Nuggets series, Jokic is a 5. Now, you can call him, he's a 4, masquerade as a 5, this new positionless basketball thing. But it was spots where LeBron James had to guard Jokic, and he did very, very well. Did he guard him all game? Absolutely not. So I said it all to say, I think that some of the, what's that word? Starts with a B, ends with sexual. That those guys elaborate that point to the point where now the folks who disagree with it are like, what are y'all talking about? He can't guard 1 through 5. Who say he can guard 1 through 5? The term is, can he guard 1 through 5? The answer is yes. He has the capability of guarding 1 through 5, just not all game. I'm not going to sit here and put Braun at the 5 and, hey, go guard Jokic all game. No. Hey, go guard Tony Parker all game. If you pick the spots, and Kobe did this the best, well, one of the best to do this. Kobe would pick his spots to where, okay, I'm going to guard this guy, I'm going to switch and I'm going to guard that guy, and I'm going to switch and I'm going to guard that guy. That's the ability that I've seen over the course of time of LeBron doing so, because I've seen him guard all 5 positions.
Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
Okay, so here's my question for you, right? I understand completely what you're saying. That is a rational, intelligent sports fan talking. When I'm talking about what I'm talking about, you know who and what I'm talking about, and you know what they're saying when they say it. You know
starts that with a B, ends with sexual.
Yeah, those guys, and you know what they're saying. They are, so he could guard 1 through 5. They're not saying he has the capability to guard 1 through 5 in spots. They're pushing.
That's the reality of
narrative.
Yeah.
And what I'm addressing are those people who push that fake narrative. That's what I'm pushing back on, because you know who they are and what they're saying. That's what I'm talking about. You're coming in here because your brain works. Right? You're coming in here because, you're not a honey slinger, right? As my man Charles like to say, shout out Dreamers Pro, right? No, real talk. That's what you're doing. And that's not what they do. And you know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
we're clarifying. You know what it is.
It's tough, man. It's tough. To what Dwayne Wade said.
Okay.
He had a valid point, right? I mean, smaller guard, very, very quick. Folks forget, JT was on his high horse.
Yes.
Who did he just beat prior to the finals?
They beat Kobe and the freaking Lakers.
He cooked us.
But
He
see,
cooked us.
but here's what you're forgetting though, Transformer. The
What's
same people that we're talking about, they love to say, "Oh, Allen Iverson cooked Michael Jordan because he hit him with one crossover and made a jump shot." All of a sudden, the physics don't matter and the positions don't matter. None of that. He hit one move and one shot, and he cooked Michael Jordan, right? And you know who they are and why they say that, right? So all of a sudden, the rules change when we're talking about their boo. You understand? What, Edward? What, Edward? No chef emoji. No DJ Khaled, keep going, Edward. What's going on? I'm cooking now. Yeah.
But I mean, in all fairness, man. In all fairness,
yes, sir.
Even the greats like Jordan and Kobe, for example, they had tough times with the smaller guards, right? Those ones that are flash quick.
Transformer, because it's physics.
Huh?
Because it's physics.
Yeah. I'm agreeing. I'm agreeing with the physics.
Right.
I mean, those guys, like, those are the tougher matchups. So to say, you know, like JT just cooked Kobe, then he ended up cooking LeBron. JT was hot. This ain't the first time Kobe had to deal with that. Kobe had to deal with Rip Hamilton the same way.
Yeah.
All these screens, all the constant screening, Kobe couldn't keep up with that. So I mean, is what Dwayne Wade saying correct? Absolutely correct. We saw the film. You know what I mean? LeBron just couldn't keep up with him. You know what I mean? We just saw Kobe who didn't keep up with him, right? I mean, that's not to say like LeBron can't guard all 5 positions. He just can't guard those type of smaller players.
By the way, Transformer, if I could just add to that, some of this falls on Spo for not making an adjustment and just letting Terry cook. Like there had to have been a defensive. Well, it's not about just who. It's about the team defense. If LeBron is fighting through the screens, which he was trying to fight through the screens, well, what is the other guy on the other side of the screen doing to prevent Terry from getting the ball?
Yeah.
But wait a minute, LeBron is the biggest, strongest, most athletic, fastest player we've ever seen.
I know what you're gonna do, Bruce.
Why didn't he just pick up the offensive player, throw him out of the way, and
but it's a game that's made to have adjustment.
You know.
Well, we can't. LeBron doesn't get offensive fouls. What do you mean?
Ooh, did Jalen just pop his hamstring? Ooh, I think he just pulled his hamstring.
Oh, damn, that would suck. No, but in all seriousness, that's how that. I just say that to say I'm just trying to, again, I'm pushing back on the narrative. I didn't say he couldn't defend. I didn't say he's not. Notice I started this whole thing by acknowledging LeBron is one of the greatest players of all time, right? I did say that.
I mean, yeah, you got to be blind, deaf, and stupid to not know that. Yeah.
Well, no, but I want to make it clear, since you got people, Edward, who constantly say that he has never heard me ever compliment LeBron or give LeBron props for anything, which I do every time I have a LeBron segment. But you see, because I won't wear knee pads, it's not enough for these people, you know? No, I don't have any honey here. I don't. I'm sorry. I can't help it. But yeah, go ahead, Transform.
No, man. I mean, those are mainly my points, man. Like what Dwayne Wade saying, is he incorrect? No, he's correct. You know, we saw a hot JT cook everybody, but that's not to say that he's a bad defender or LeBron couldn't defend. There were series where every great has got at some point in time, right? Or a series where they just couldn't.
But the knee pad crew won't say that though.
No.
Can I speak for the knee pad crew?
No.
Why are you trying to be a hero, bro? Why are you trying to save the knee pad crew?
I can't throw the knee pad crew a bone. Paul. I can't throw them a bone.
No, you cannot throw them a bone.
I can't throw them a ticket cutlet bone.
Oh, wow.
Throw them a bone. But man, yeah, that's my take. You know, I mean, you guys are doing a great job. Great segment here.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, Dwayne Wade, he didn't tell no lies. Right. He said exactly what we saw. Those are facts. We can go back and watch that.
How many times do you think he watched that series back, Transformer, D Wade?
How many times did D Wade watch it back?
Yeah.
I'm sure he's watched
I'm pretty sure he watched it a million times.
Yeah, he's watching it like this dude really wasted my 27-point per game series in the final. I know he's got.
No, he did not.
No. I'm saying he's never said it publicly, but I know he thinks that. There's no way you can't. He's like, yo, I'm averaging 26-6 in the finals, and this dude didn't show up. We could have had another chip. You can't tell me he's never thought.
I'm sure there's some regrets there for sure. You know,
there's always some regrets in a losing effort in the finals, Bruce. But I mean, is he going to fully blame him?
No. I'm not saying he's fully blaming. That's not what I'm. But
okay.
You know that he probably thinks like, damn, like all.
Because I know he knows that without LeBron, he isn't there in the first place. So, I wouldn't blame him anyway.
Not one. Not two.
Dwayne Wade is at home in the finals if LeBron James isn't there. Yeah. But anyway, great segment, guys. Great segment. Brother. Again, my stance is, can he? The answer is yes.
Right.
Shut down, like all of that stuff? No. All right. Does he pick his spots? Yes. Does he have the ability to do so? Yes. So is he wrong? Or the bronze sexual? Ooh, I said the word. Or the B ends with sexual wrong? No. But they're exaggerating the point to where, he's shutting down 1 through 5. And that's not the reality. But, man, I appreciate you guys for having me, man.
No doubt. Let me take this. I think I got a call from Africa, man.
Oh, man. Hey, go ahead. Take that, brother.
No doubt.
All right. Peace.
Hello. Call from the DOC
podcast. Hello.
What it do, cuz?
What's good, guy? How you doing, man?
Hold on 1 second. Let me turn this down. I was trying to hear it.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, great. Oh man, I paused it. Hold on. I still want to see what's going on. Let me turn the volume down.
You got to mute it. You got to mute it in the background.
Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Here we go.
Yeah, if you mute it, because so we don't hear that. There we go.
All right.
What you got? Man?
What I got? Okay, the guy before Transformer.
Yes, sir.
He did take one of my points.
Okay.
And I heard you clearing it up. Where you were saying that you never said he was a bad defender.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not going to call myself a bronzexual because I see his flaws. But at the same time, I think he gets discredited a lot. He cannot guard little people.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine Karl Malone chasing Isaiah Thomas.
That's a great analogy.
He can't. So I think people like Kobe and Jordan are better perimeter defenders. But I think if you have to give them the responsibility of chasing down and doing those block shots, those chase down blocks,
mm-hmm.
I don't think they're going to be as good as him or as effective.
Well, and just as not 6'9",
I'm sorry,
6'10", right? So that's
and just like your the other guy up there said earlier, because I jumped in a little late.
Okay.
He made a point where he was saying, yes, the narrative do say LeBron can guard 1 through 5.
Mm-hmm.
That's false. That's false. You put big man on him. Joel Embiid, I've seen Joel Embiid murder him. He can't do anything with Joker in the paint. Maybe if they're skinny, he could probably put his arms on them and slow them down.
Mm-hmm.
But no,
But is it a problem though? Is it a problem to admit that he can't guard a good center?
Apparently,
I don't see the problem. Like a non-center can't defend good centers. Like, why is that a problem? Why is that crazy?
Because LeBron is supposed to be, in all seriousness, to these people, he's the A-all, B-all. That's why. No, I'm dead serious. That's why. So they can't, for you to say that he can't do something, it fries their brain. It doesn't work for them. That's what it is.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, guy.
I think it's just more or less this generation. Things are far out there. The social media has made things so much more accessible for people to voice their opinions. We've never seen Jordan go under this type of attack, where they're criticizing the things that he does wrong. When we talk about the GOAT discussion, I think comparing Jordan and LeBron is like comparing Tupac and Big. They're two completely different players. I think you would put LeBron with the category with Grant Hill and Magic Johnson. But if you ask me, I think the greatest player is Kareem.
That's a fair argument.
Jordan had the swag. He brought the attention to the NBA. He globalized basketball. Michael Jordan did do that.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's by far the most impactful basketball player ever.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't believe you can just simply say, because if you put Jordan on LeBron's Cavs team that went against the Spurs his first time, Jordan's not even a playoff team. If you put LeBron on Jordan's Bulls team from 1990, they'll be unbeatable. The only thing is, when you look at
were unbeatable.
Roster, mm-hmm.
They were unbeatable.
Oh, the 1990 Bulls. Yeah, well, they proved that. Yeah.
No.
But realistically, wait a minute. Wait, Guy. Here's the problem. We've talked about this before. You can't put LeBron there because he can't play in a system. That's the big problem. He can't handle a triangle. There's elements of his game that don't work there, right? And if he doesn't have the ball in his hands, because the triangle doesn't typically allow for one guy to dominate the basketball throughout entire possessions the way LeBron likes to do, what is he going to do? Especially prime LeBron. It's not going to work, bro.
Okay, now remember this.
Mm-hmm.
Prior to Shaq being with Phil Jackson,
okay,
every year it was a guarantee his team was getting swept out the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
That was happening. You put him with a great coach. LeBron has never had a great coach. The coaches that were great with LeBron became great with him. I'm saying this to say, you're absolutely right. We've never seen LeBron in a triangle. But he's never had to give that respect to a coach. A coach has never said, LeBron, this is what we're going to do, and they have the cachet to make LeBron do it.
Mm-hmm.
So I think if he was in the system, he can't play like Kobe and Jordan. If he's in the system, he probably can't even have a Scottie Pippen on the team. Because
Hold on a second. Hold on 1 second.
Yep.
To say that LeBron has never had a great coach, I just want to take you back to 2011. Who fixed the Miami Heat in 2012?
You talking about Spoelstra?
Spoelstra fixed the Miami Heat in 2012. They lost in 2011 in a series that was lopsided. Who fixed the Miami Heat?
Okay. No. Now, keep in mind what I said now. I said the coaches became great after dealing with LeBron. They weren't recognized as great prior.
Do you see what Ty Lue is doing with nothing but injured stars? Do you see what Eric Spoelstra has been able to do year in and year out, competing, getting to the playoffs, getting to the finals with no star? Are we really going to do this?
Now, again, was Tyronn Lue great prior to coaching LeBron?
Well,
he just started. He was a first-time coach.
Right. He wasn't a head coach prior to that, so we don't know.
That's my point. Shaq was not listening to his previous coaches. I gave the example of Shaq specifically. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm seeing your mouth talk on the TV. It's throwing me off. Yeah, Shaq was getting swept. Phil Jackson and Pat Riley were the only coaches that he listened to, that he respected and listened to. That's up for debate if we're saying that, but I just don't think they had the cachet that Phil Jackson, Pat Riley, Popovich, even Doc. If LeBron went to Doc Rivers or Doc was coaching him, he would have completely listened to him. He was unproven. So he didn't have to follow. And to Bruce's point with the triangle, absolutely. LeBron is the system. So in a certain way, that kind of is his kryptonite, so to speak.
Outside of the United States, David Blatt was known internationally as the best coach in the world. Did you know
That's
that?
True. Yeah, he was.
And what happened?
LeBron kicked him out.
Yeah.
After going to the finals, LeBron sent him home.
Bulls. You remember the Bulls? The Bulls series?
I do.
When he just completely went against the play.
I do.
He didn't respect his play calling. You can be an international coach, but you're not dealing with the American personality.
That's not what happened. As a guy from Cleveland, what happened was LeBron wanted his guy to be the coach.
I can't debate with that because I don't know about that part.
I do.
I won't speak on something I don't know about.
You need to teach the rest of the LeBron fans that mentality.
Nah, I'm not gonna lie. I was like that with LeBron for a long time. He's the greatest. But there were certain things that I was seeing that I was disappointed in, and I was like, God dang, you know, I how can I say I've seen him lose his will during games. So, but by the time Jordan became a champion, I never saw his will taken.
Facts.
We could sit up here and talk about Kobe never had his will taken, but I saw Kobe quit against Phoenix.
Well, that's a whole nother topic. But yo, Guy, man, we got to run, man. I really appreciate the call. Thank you for tuning in.
Thanks for the call, Guy. Good call.
Yeah, man. You know, other basketball fans or sports fans over there, man, share this with them. Let them tune in too.
No doubt. And look, and now you've shown up in my algorithm. So salute.
No doubt.
You don't even have to send me the link no more. It's popping up in my feed.
That's what's up, man. I appreciate that, brother.
And shout out to your co-host. He's very smooth with how he speaks.
Thanks, brother.
Have a good day. Enjoy your Sunday.
All right, you too, brother. Be safe out there, man.
Love you, man. Later.
All right, love you too, cuz. Call all the way from Africa. Beautiful, beautiful. All right. Let's get to this last topic, and then we will get out of here for football time. All right. Here we go. Houston Rockets. So last time we talked about them, apparently I made a comment that a lot of people did not like, but hey, so be it. It's my opinion, my show. Our show, I should say. Okay, you know what? Let's take this last one on the topic. This is actually it's not that serious, right?
Yes, sir.
What's going on, man? Since we talked, brother. So let me give you a minute. How you doing?
Okay. I'm doing all right, man. Enjoying the show as always, man.
The thank you for calling in.
Transformers. Y'all have me rolling.
Hey, but that's what we do.
So I know you're a wordsmith, so just hear me out.
Sure.
Now, I'm saying this right. Cognitive dissonance. Is I'm saying that word?
Yeah,
correctly?
For sure.
That is the vast majority of LeBron fans. Even the previous caller, it's just like they don't understand that they're doing two things. Number one, every time they defend LeBron about all these excuses they make, it actually lessens his stance in the GOAT debate and all this other stuff. And then secondly, it just makes it look worse. And I'll give you an example. You know, to me, LeBron is the inverse of Jordan.
Okay.
And I think they all talk about, he didn't have a coach and this and that. When Phil Jackson came to the Bulls, he wasn't a coach. He was never a head coach.
That's correct.
And so that was the 1 year they lost. They lost that. I think when he came to the Bulls in 89 or 90, something like that, with Tex Winter's offense, the triangle offense. It wasn't Phil Jackson. Those are things that they keep glossing over purposely. And then adding to that fact, it was because of Jordan that they had that success. Jordan humbled himself and listened to it. He didn't want to do it right away because Doug Collins was letting him do whatever he wants. But from a team standpoint, it wasn't going to work if it kept going that way. So what I look at when it comes to, Phil Jackson, what did he do without Jordan? In the final, he lost twice without Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
So you have so many things that you can measure when it comes to MJ's greatness. The thing about us who grew up watching ball in the 80s and 90s, we went along with the failures. We see how he came back from the failures and got stronger.
Right.
He didn't make any excuses. He didn't blame anyone. He just kept fighting and kept trying to always get better.
Mm-hmm.
That's why so many people respect Kobe, because Kobe also had the same mindset. It separated him from the rest of his contemporaries.
Mm-hmm.
And so just hearing these different arguments, man, the majority of them are asinine. I'm just like, they don't realize that they're talking out of both sides of the neck when they do a comparison.
Mm-hmm.
And like me, I was a LeBron fan. I actually liked him better than Kobe until he did the Miami nonsense. And it just shows me that He's a quitter, and he ain't got heart. It doesn't take away from his talent or how great he is and stuff like that. If you an objective basketball fan, if you're objective, you know he's a great player. It is what it is. I can easily say that. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't hurt my feelings to say LeBron James is a great player.
Mm-hmm.
But he's not on the caliber of MJ and Kobe and Duncan and, you see, I say, I'm talking about Kareem and all these other players. He's not. Because I see him give up. I literally see him give up in the playoffs when there's minutes on the clock because he couldn't do it after claiming that he got to be, buried 13 feet underground and all this other stuff. And then he quit. So for me, as an all-time great, you come out the greatest of all time. Those things and stuff like that, those situations are indictments against you. They don't support your case. And then the number one thing that a lot of people, when they try to debate, they completely omit any of his failures like they never happened. The reason why people can talk about Kobe's failures and Magic Johnson's failure, Travis Johnson, and all stuff like that, because they see how they came back from it. And all LeBron did was run from it or switch teams or get more help or whatever. His narrative is all over the place. And then you got people that's almost want to fight you when you try to bring these tangible things that actually happen out. So I remember when the members video, and I sent it a little quick flash diatribe about.
No, that was great.
That was what I was referring to. I just didn't have the, I'm not such a success and can type that much stuff out. So I just typed what I could.
Yeah.
But it just said they make it more about spin than actually talking about the game. And that's kind of more or less my point about that. Was LeBron, to me, I just thought he was a decent defender. I never thought great because it was almost exclusively help defense. I've never seen, and I watched the majority of the games, especially in his prime. I never seen him lock somebody down. I've never seen that. I think he made good defensive plays, and I think the two are different. I've seen Kobe lock folks down, like for the game or for the half, like, okay, this person killing our team, I got it for the rest of the half. Y'all move out the way. On defense, not offense. So what he trying to compare himself to is not him. He's not that guy. And it just people, they only want to watch the games or look at it because his stats are great, but what is the context behind it? And if you try to have a conversation with context, it kills the whole argument.
Nah, it's not that serious. Context only works when it's other players that they can denigrate to lift up LeBron. Seriously, that's how it works for these guys.
Yeah, man. And so it makes it hard to watch these games. It's like, dude, this is an awful product. It's like, oh, you hating. When people say they're hating, to me, that just means they can't make a culture argument to support their stuff.
Low information response. That's exactly what you're a hater is. You got it right.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't actually answer you, so I'm gonna just call you a hater. Yeah, that's how that goes.
Right. Or they do stuff like insulting you or what you do for a career, how much money you make. What's that got to do with the topic of basketball and this play?
Right. Yeah.
But I like this. I like this segment. I appreciate how you explain it in the Transformer. It just that can he guard all five positions? Yes, but can he lock him down? Absolutely not.
Right.
Absolutely not. We see too much of him getting cooked trying to do that, which is the reason why he doesn't do that at all anymore.
Right. And he got to save his energy to get his points. Keep that double-digit scoring streak going, and keep the stats running up.
Yeah, it's 5-on-5 on offense and 4-on-5 on defense. I get it.
Right. All right, it's not that serious, man. I appreciate the call, brother. Thank you so much.
Thank you, man.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to this. All right, last topic, y'all. Rockets title hopes. Sneed, I think we talked about this a while back, and this is something that kind of came back up again, and I've really been thinking about more and more, right? So we know the Western Conference is the tougher of the two conferences, right? I think that's fair to say.
Mm-hmm.
Every year we see like the Western Conference is a race down to the end, and a lot of times it's like 2.5 games separating, seeds 3 through 8, right? So it's kind of crazy that way. But I mean, I think that also makes for, something of a compelling regular season, right? Or it adds some sort of excitement to a regular season that can get dry and boring. But you got that going on. And then obviously, arguably the biggest move of this past offseason was Kevin Durant getting traded to the Rockets. And so now we got something really interesting there. And so one of the things that I said when we talked about that trade over the summer was, it's my personal opinion that if Kevin Durant, with this team as currently constructed in the Western Conference, wins a championship this year with the Rockets, it will mean to me more than every one of LeBron's championships. And a lot of people went crazy and, nuts over that, and they don't agree, and that's fine. But I'm looking at it from the context of, he won't have one with a super team like his other 2 titles. He won't have one with a super team like, 3 of LeBron's 4 titles. He won't have one under a special circumstance like LeBron's 4th title. It'll just be a regular season with a normal team. So if he can do that, to me, I value that more. And I don't see why that's such a crazy thought. So before we talk a little more about the Rockets title hopes, I don't know if I got your thoughts on this. Does that sound crazy that I see it the way I do?
I don't think a lot of people necessarily agree with you, but I understand your position. I think your reasoning is sound, right? So there's something to be said about context with championships. People really always appreciate the story. This would be a redemption story. This would be a narrative crushing story, because the thing is, he never won without Curry. Right. He never won out of Golden State. He picked his spots and couldn't win.
Right. Tried to load up and still couldn't win.
Yeah. So I get your position. I just don't know if I agree with your premise that it would be better than any of LeBron's championships. I understand your process. I get it. It definitely makes sense. So if you when you say you value those things, I get what you're saying.
Got you. So you disagree though with my thought that I value the way that this one title, if he wins it, more than okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Why is that? And I'm not saying you have to agree. I'm just curious to hear your explanation of that.
I mean, there's a version of this team where the best player is Alperen Sengun, and it's not Kevin Durant. What I mean by that is he's going to do more defensively for the team if they're going to win a championship, and he's going to do more in terms of the system of offense that they have. He's already emerging to hit all NBA. The conversation about Sengun, his next step is to become all NBA 3rd team, all NBA 2nd team, because he's already an all-star, and his development is accelerated. He's getting really good really fast. So Kevin Durant's coming in to do a specific thing. He's being asked to do this thing. It's almost like, I use the example of Meta World Peace as a bounty hunter on defense. Kevin Durant is a bounty hunter on offense. He's independent, but the thing is what, and this is, we can get into the conversation about the expectations now, Fred VanVleet and what Ime Udoka has to do.
That's where that was going.
That's where this is going to go. Yeah, exactly. So Kevin Durant has to assimilate. He assimilated in Golden State, right? He hasn't really assimilated into a system. It's always been this ISO ball. I don't know, man. And it's going to be harder because Kevin Durant's greatness, everybody talks about how great of a scorer he still is. That's a testament to the lack of defense in the regular season. Guys aren't able to play defense because the refs are completely just blowing their whistles on everything. So Kevin Durant can easily score 26 a game. Nobody's doubting that. We see it. But in the playoffs, it's harder to do that. And that's where he disappears recently. The shortcomings have been in the playoffs, or even not getting there. So I look at this Rockets season a little bit differently. Should we get into that? Can we?
Absolutely. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Yeah.
All right. So Ime Udoka now has to do more with a little less. Ime Udoka has now lost a point guard, which is going to be a major component of operating the offense, which means more is going to fall on Amen Thompson to develop as occasionally having to run the point. They have to find somebody to replace what Fred VanVleet does, which means other players have to do a little bit more, and then maybe they have to do something they're not typically known to do. So you're not going to get like the elite. Yeah, like Fred VanVleet. I'm not saying he's an elite player.
Right.
He had a well-defined role on this team.
Yeah.
That's a lot to lose. Ime Udoka is probably the most worried person about this in the world. The casual fan thinks it doesn't matter.
No, it does matter because you also have championship medal on the floor that you're losing. Like
he offered more leadership than even KD did.
Yeah, absolutely. Somebody
Which sounds crazy. I know everybody's gonna, but it's
why does that sound crazy when KD told you he's not a leader? He told you that. So why? What? That doesn't sound crazy. He told you he's not a leader. He's got no interest in being a leader. He just wants to play ball.
You and me don't always have the same take, but we always understand the process.
Right. Yeah, no, I think you made a lot of good points. And this is, man, it's crazy to think how valuable, because I know a lot of people are going to look and say, well, VanVleet only averaged like 14 and a half last year.
Amen Thompson can't do those things.
Agreed.
And Amen Thompson's coming along, becoming a better player, but he doesn't do those things yet.
Mm-hmm. Do you think,
who's up?
Hang on, Steve. Do you, my question was going to be, do you think that there is somebody maybe they could try to grab at the trade deadline or
you're going to want to get them as soon as possible? I wouldn't wait. There is, like, Kevin Durant's 37. You cannot wait till February to make a play.
And that's, yeah.
You can't wait to learn that we don't have it. If you know it, you do it yesterday.
Who would be somebody that you think you might try to get in there to make, to be some sort of, not replacement, but who can kind of give you some of what you're missing without VanVleet?
I would move heaven and earth to bring in Darius Garland.
I like that.
I would move heaven and earth.
He's not a champion, but I like it.
I would move heaven and earth to get Darius Garland there.
He can defend, he can shoot, he can score.
And he's going to be there for a long time. So life without KD is still a thing.
Yeah.
I would move heaven and earth to get Darius Garland.
Okay. Steve, I don't know that would be ideal. This guy. Oh my goodness. Okay, that's fair. I'm really trying to, because I'm just like, this was a team you look at and you say, okay, this was the 2 seed in the West last year without a nuclear weapon. Then they add one.
Yeah. And it's the reliable offensive output.
Yeah.
Night in, night out, he's going to give you, like, it's consistent. You're not getting 40 and then 15.
Right.
You're getting 26 every night.
Yeah. Ooh.
Reliable scorer.
Yeah.
Reliable moments in the game where you're like, we need some points. I got Sengun on the bench. You know, I let's see if we could run something for KD off the screen. Let's get KD in this ISO.
Okay.
There's like minutes during the game where KD can drop 10, 12 points in just a few minutes.
Right.
And do so in a way that's like efficient, right? Like he doesn't have to take 10 shots to score 10 points. You know, he's going to get to the free throw line. He's going to make his free throws. You know, he's just that solid.
Ooh, that's a good one, but no transformer. Why would I see what you did there? You see what he did? He wants
your team getting weaker. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. No. That would be great, but no, you can't have him. No.
To get Derek White, you're gonna have to give up Amen Thompson, something else, and a pick.
Yeah.
You know, because they're gonna want to replace Derek White and they're gonna want to add to Derek White. So
and you gotta think about the money too.
Yeah.
I think was he getting about $120, $115, something like that.
Just got paid, man. He's a good player.
He's making a little bit of money. Yeah.
Good player.
So no, they can't have him, Transformer. I see what you're trying to do. No. Look at this guy, man. No, that was actually a great idea, though, Transformer, from a basketball perspective. I like it. Okay, real quick, Sneed, before we open up the phone lines on this final topic, real quick, I got a question for you. Not a Rockets question. I guess it's almost like a quick hit on the way out. If Jokic wins the championship this year, do you think that puts him ahead of Shaq on the all-time centers list?
No.
Okay, just checking.
No, but he would be emerging, right? He's approaching, but that's where the conversation starts. Any conversations otherwise right now is bullshit.
Agreed.
These people are tripping, bro. If you're hearing this, bro, I'd say get off of whatever that platform is. Those people are losing their damn minds.
Oh, believe me, I know.
I don't even like Shaq that much. Like, I've always viewed him as an underachiever.
Yeah, but look at what he did even as an underachiever. So. Yep. Okay. I just wanted to ask that question because I know somebody who talks that kind of ridiculous nonsense. But let's go ahead and
I like Joker too, bro. Joker, he's that dude, bro. But like, let's just pump the brakes and let things play out.
Exactly. Yo, real talk. This is funny. People think I hate Jokic, right? I used to really like Jokic until they got egregious with it, talking about he's this and that and he's better than all these guys. And no. King of the chat, what's up, man?
What up, fellas?
What's going on?
Yeah, man. I wanted to talk about this one a little bit. You guys hit the nail on the head. This Fred VanVleet injury is at the worst possible time, and it is you could argue, I mean, maybe Sangoon would be a worse injury, but man, I don't know. With the experience and the leadership that VanVleet brings to this team, I'd argue this is the one guy they can't lose. And that's me being a KD fan. That's me cheering for Houston because KD's there. But this is tough because, dude, he's the straw that stirs the drink. If you look at that roster the way it's built, it is length and athleticism all around except the point guard position. It is his duty to run this team. He is a traditional point guard. He is the exact leader on the floor that they need to get those guys the ball where they need to be. Now, I hope Edward is listening because Edward's always on me about being a KD fan. I'm not objective. I'm a fan, but I'm objective. KD is not going to be, because they tried forcing this in Phoenix because of their lack of point guard situation. They tried forcing it on Devin Booker. They tried having KD have the ball in his hands.
Brad Beal.
KD is not that guy to be bringing the ball up, to be dribbling around. He is find his spot and get him the ball.
When he dribbles, the ball's like 9 feet in the air, bro.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that's not his. Now, when he was younger, he could get away with it because he was more twitchy. He was a little bit more athletic and quicker then. He could get away with it at the perimeter, making 1 or 2 moves and dribbling. That ain't KD now. He's too old. Them losing a point guard, them losing VanVleet, it hurts KD. KD is my dude, but I'm objective. Houston's championship hopes are gone. They are gone. This is how important this injury is to this team. Where are they going to replace VanVleet? Reed Shepherd? Reed Shepherd was supposed to be the guy to run the second unit and let him get his, because I don't know if he's a traditional point guard.
He's not.
He's a little bit more of a scorer.
Yeah.
So it's like a second unit type point guard. That was his role, and that's fine. You're not going to morph him into a traditional point guard. He's going to give you those 7 to 10 assists a night, orchestrating an offense. I just don't see it.
Here's the thing, Steve. You got to bring in a guy who's actually better than Fred VanVleet. You can't bring in the same type of player, in terms of production. You can't bring in lesser or equal. You have to actually bring someone better, because you have to now upgrade that position. You can't bring in a guy who has no familiarity, no championship pedigree, just say he's better than him. No, you have to bring in somebody that is going to be tangibly an enhancement. That's going to be an upgrade from Fred VanVleet. You can't bring in the same level or lesser. You won't win a championship without it.
Honestly, can't disagree with that.
Because these guys never won anything before. None of these. KD, that's it.
If you could find somebody on par, there's hope. But to your point, given that you probably want to upgrade it if you can, if
you're going to trade assets, you need to return a better player.
Oh yeah. Well, with that context, yeah, whatever you're giving up, you're going to have to overcompensate for that position. I would agree. Now, I don't know. I heard people talking about the Derek White and Darius Garland. I brought up Megan McConnell, meaning McConnell and Indy. I don't know the money and contract stuff. I'm totally ignorant. I don't know who just got paid.
McConnell won't be good as a starter. You're gonna have to start McConnell.
Yeah, that's not his role. He's
I'll be honest though, dude. I know you always say that, Bruce, but I would not be against bringing someone in if you could. Now, depending on what you get up, I don't know his contract. I don't know the money. I don't know.
Okay.
I would not be against starting a guy like McConnell, man. Like, I don't know. Like, do you not think he's worthy of an opportunity of a starting position?
Not on this team.
Some guys really are better as a weapon off the bench. Right, Transformer. Exactly.
I agree. Some guys know their role.
Right. And I think McConnell is one of those guys. I think because look, when we saw it in the playoffs, when he had to be the starter, like he's gonna give you all he's got, but what he's got as a starter is not that much. You know what I mean? He's got to be a bench guy who comes off and contributes.
I mean, I guess that's fair.
Yeah.
I wouldn't. How do I want to say this? I think McConnell could start. He might not elevate. It might not elevate him. Like he might not go from a 6-man guy to an all-star. But I definitely think he's a quality up guy that's like in the right position. He could start in the league. But in this situation in Houston, I don't know. I'm like throwing shit at the wall to see what sticks. My major point in this calling is I just want to emphasize, because I hope everyone's listening, as a KD fan and someone who wants Houston to win now, it ain't going to happen. Like, KD is not the type of guy who's going to compensate for the loss of a true point guard. We saw him in Phoenix. It didn't work. KD needs a point guard. Like, he has to have a guy. Like, he's not going to be the guy to take on the bulk of or not even the ball, even a portion of the ball handling responsibilities, which means now you kind of have to run the offense. That's not his game. He's not capable of doing it. So my whole thing is, because I called in like a month and a half ago, we were all optimistic about Houston. They added Capella and Finney Smith and this roster they've orchestrated and built. We were all excited. Now I'm telling you, that's gone. That's how important losing Van Fleet is. He was the perfect guy for this system, for this offense, for everything as far as their lineup. Because outside of Van Fleet, they're nothing but length, athleticism. Now, Katie's not really an athlete, but the length is there. Pause. So,
no doubt.
He can create a shot wherever you need to, just based off his height and his length in that matchup advantage he has. So it's like everything around them was built around Van Fleet being the point guard. And now I just don't see he's like they might make the playoffs. Like they certainly have a chance to make the playoffs, but there is no championship hope without Van Fleet.
No doubt, man. Listen, Steve, I appreciate the call. Thank you so much, man.
Thanks, Steve.
All right, fellas. Y'all stay blessed. Happy Sunday.
Same to you, brother. Enjoy the
Happy
game.
Football day.
Yeah.
All right, guys. All right. We got to wrap it up here. Great show. Great topics. Look forward to having Brittany back. Look forward to having Brittany back. Look forward to having Transformer back. Matter of fact, you know what? One more. We got to take one more. We got to get Chief in here. Chief Sid Bubba, I'm glad you called, man. You missed your shout out at the beginning of the show, brother.
Long live the Chief.
No. I was on the phone. I was a tad bit hungover from all the drinking I did on that long.
No doubt, my brother. No doubt, man.
He was off at 100 proof last night, bro.
Yeah, listen,
I was drinking. I was drinking it during the game. I was like, the first couple of quarters looked good, and I said, "Oh man."
I appreciate y'all welcoming us into your home. You know, letting us kick our feet up, and you know, it was.
Man, you messed up the couch, Bruce. That's what you did.
I sure did. I ground my feet in it like Rick James.
But
what you got, Chief?
hey, Bruce.
Yes,
go
sir.
ahead and get ready to hit that button because your guy ain't coming through the door. Hakeem, your dream.
That was a good one, Chief. That was a good one.
Etonics, bro.
Nah, but
right, Etonics.
But KD is 37. The point guard, man, they're a contender, but I give him about an 8 to 10% chance of winning it.
Yeah, it's tough
because this injury it just threw everything off, and I just can't see it. I can't see it no more, man.
Okay, so wait. Okay, great point. Let me interject right here, Chief. So with everything everybody's saying about how damaged this team is, so on and so forth, now, does it make my earlier supposition any less ridiculous that if KD wins the chip this year with this team, it's worth to me more than every one of LeBron's championships? What if he won it this year with this team as it is? Then what?
I can't say every one of them. I'd say I give you about 3 of them.
Okay.
But some of them I have to kind of think about. But if he does, because it's unlikely, I give you about 3 out of 4. I can't say all of them because in 2016, I was rooting for, but to beat a 73-9 team and what they had to go through, that one is going to be a little bit for the debate. And I didn't think that. I think the Cavs was a real good team, but I think that 2016 wasn't a super team to me. Kyrie was still young. You did have Kevin Love, and you had to adjust. But if he does this, I'll give KD a lot. I'll give him more credit. I won't put him past there, but I will give him a lot more credit.
Okay.
Because as an individual accomplishment at his age and the odds stacked against him. But it just can't be all him because guess who you face? You got to face the Thunder, the Lakers. I don't even think the Rockets are better than the Lakers right now.
I was about to say the Lakers are going to be better than people think, man. If
they're going to be better than people think.
LeBron don't try to tank the team on purpose because he's not getting what he wants.
The Lakers are better than the Rockets?
They're better than people think. Man, I think that Luka to what's my man combo? DeAndre Ayton. I think that's going to be more potent than a lot of people think, Sneed.
Right.
And I hate to say it, but I think it's going to be legit.
I think so. Right. Hey, LeBron don't have to do too much because they got a real solid core.
Yeah, but he can't play that way. Not doing too much. You know that, and I know that.
Right,
but anyway, that's a whole different thing.
Yeah, but
it'll definitely be KD's best championship.
Right. But
no
I'm also saying those other young teams, the West is a dog fight, and you got to have your dogs there.
Sure.
And then I'm kind of betting against KD's health at 37 because usually big guys' feet go.
That's right. Great point.
So yeah, when you get up, when you guys get more seasoned, it's Sneed will like to say it gets a little bit rougher every year.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Yeah, but unless the team coming through that door, man, I can't see him winning. I can't see him winning it.
I feel you. I hear you on that, man.
Yeah, I can't see him winning it because we got to look at the West. Everybody got better in the West.
Yeah, the West is tough, man. It's been tough for 25 years.
The cream of the crop is still OKC. They still have the league's best defense by a mile, and offensively, they will be better than last year.
And they're young, and they know how to win now. That all that matters.
And then too, let's just say, what even the Rockets, and I'd say a team like Minnesota, how would they match up? I don't know. And
I don't think people realize how good the Thunder really are.
But if KD goes down, and you got what other insurance you got?
Yeah, that's it. If he goes, that's it.
If he, you sunk.
No doubt.
So I get the win now, but man, when you get old, it's different. Hey, guys, when you get old, it gets a little tougher when you get old.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
So,
oh man, youth is wasted on the young.
That's a fact too.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Chief, man. I appreciate the call, brother. Thank you so much,
Chief.
Man.
All right.
Woo,
Salam.
All right, brother. All right, y'all. That's going to be it for today, man. Y'all have a great afternoon. We're going to get up out of here. And y'all enjoy your football. Shout out to the Steelers fans, even though I'm a freaking Raven. But this game actually just got a lot closer than it should be. Every time I look up, Minnesota's further back into the game. So let's see if Aaron Rodgers can go ahead and close it out. But y'all have a great afternoon and a great day. And we will be back with you tomorrow night for the weekly wrap-up. So we out.
Peace.